What's that?
It's a metric chassis, so it's probably an 82 or something like that with a newer style body on it.
All right. And you own a lumber yard, right?
We own a lumberyard.
All right. Scooting on over here to car number 117. Oh, man. We got another UPS guy. And if this guy could find the parking lot, this is the guy that can do it. Tim Boudreaux. Tim.
Yes, sir.
Man, you scooted up from the Cadillac to a big car this year.
Yeah, I like it, but the transmission line blew off last night.
All right, so
Stay together.
hoping to hold it together. All right, so Tim, man, you always put on a show. It don't matter. I wish you were my UPS man. I bet you come flying in the parking lot, don't you?
I get it on 3 wheels, too. No.
All right. Tim Boudreaux. Scooting on over here to car number 41. Two Jacks Racing. Who we got driving?
David Mcguire.
David Mcguire. All right, so David, where you from?
Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi. I bet you old Nick Robbins probably knows you, huh?
I don't know.
He's the official track announcer over there at Corpus Christi Speedway.
Yeah, Corpus Christi Speedway closed down.
Oh, does he know that? Don't tell him that. All right. Scooting on over here. Car number 132. This is one of the coolest looking things out here. It started out as an old SRT Challenger, I believe. And then it got chopped about here. What happened from here forward?
It got wrecked.
It got wrecked. It got wrecked last night again too, though, didn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right. I was looking at the rear bumper. Let's come back around here. I want you to look at the rear bumper of this thing. It is built out of, hold your hands up about this far. That's about 4 inches, 4 to 5 inch square tubing. This rear bumper probably weighs more than a go-kart.
Yes, sir. Total car weight's about 3,600 pounds.
All right. So, man, keep it straight, and let's see how many laps you can go tonight.
Yes, sir. Well,
All right, good luck, Adam. Scooting on over here, car number 71, Aaron Allen. He's trying to run from me. Aaron, last night had some problems on the front end of this thing.
Yes, sir. We had a brake line come loose out of our left rear caliper. Red light come out, brakes went pedal into the floor, and we had a little wreck.
That'll happen.
Yes, sir, it will.
Get it straightened out?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see what can happen. Sean Graham over here. Oh, sure ain't. Brittany, are you the co-rider? Are you crazy? You are riding with Aaron Allen? Holy moly. Did you just hear me tell me that his brakes went out last night? Oh, you made him fix them. All right. We're going to scooch on back here to the 701 car. I hear the 701 fan club up there. You got a fan club up there. Yes, who we got driving?
David Golden.
David, how long you been racing?
About 3 years.
3 years, all right. So, 3 years?
3 years.
I'll believe you then. All right. So, David, man, you have got an extensive super bumper on the front of this thing.
Yes, sir. And we use it.
And it's chained on top of that.
Yes, sir.
It's not going nowhere.
It better not.
It better not. All right. So, David, where are you from?
Waco, Texas.
Waco, Texas. We're going to scoot over here to car number 534, the smoker out here. Actually, we decided you weren't smoking last night. You were vaping last night.
hell yeah.
At the end of the straightaway, every time you would start smoking.
It's a good old GM crate engine. It's got 1 million laps on it. It did the Lone Star 600 last year, and it's doing it again this year. It might puff a little smoke, but we're going to make it.
Explain to me what all this here is inside here. Senior First 719, what is that?
Well, all this car's leftovers. Nothing's new on this car. So this is a piece of sheet metal out of my weekly car, and this is the finishes with different racetracks, Springfield Raceway, Nevada Raceway, Urbana, all different racetracks we raced at.
That's quite a few wins, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty good car. It won some races.
All right, good luck tonight. We're going to scoot around here to car number 101, driving the 101. Who we got in the 101?
Blake Miller.
Blake, where you from?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa. How many miles is that from here?
Like 750.
750. So you drove 750 miles to race 600 miles, and then going to turn around and drive 750 miles back home, right?
Yep.
Yeah, got to love being a dirt track racer, right?
Yes.
Glad to have you here. We're going to scoot around over here to car number 800. I think they are from the great state of Arizona. From Arizona, correct?
Correct.
What part?
Apache Junction, Arizona.
Apache Junction, Arizona. That just sounds like a friendly town to me. You know, the Apache Junction, is that a friendly town or what?
It is very friendly.
Friendly town. Okay. All right. So how long you been doing these things?
That's my 3rd year over here now.
3rd year. Man, you got some cool, you used to have the sunroof on here, but you plug that up. What is this thing right here for?
That's to get in and out.
That's the barbecue. I've never seen a barbecue pit handled like that to get in and out of the car, but hey, that'll work. Give me your name once again.
Corey Parent.
Corey Parent, car number 800, out of Apache Junction, Arizona. Driving car number 16. He was really running good last night. What happened last night, man? You was up there in the mix of it.
I broke a spindle.
Broke a spindle. You know, I think there's been lots of spindles broken out here last night.
Yeah.
All right, so where are you from?
Palmer, Iowa.
Palmer, Iowa. And what's your name?
John Lyons.
John Lyons. Let me check to see if you got the hydraulic slider. Nope. He went for the solid one.
The old school.
Old school. So, but you can adjust it if need be.
Yep.
You got plenty of holes drilled in there. All right, good luck. Scooch over here to car number 600. I believe this is another one of our Arizona buddies. Who we got driving right here? What's your name?
Ricky Thornton Jr.
Ricky Thornton Jr.
It's actually Ron Not So Nice. I'm a UPS driver.
Are you serious? We got another UPS guy back here.
I'm going to file a 9-5 grievance. I'm still on the clock.
Oh. I have no idea what that means, but Tim Boudreaux does. All right, so UPS driver. I got a question for you. Where's the poor highway worker that y'all ripped all these things here off of?
A UPS driver.
A UPS driver. Oh, man. You know, it'd be bad if we had one FedEx guy out here. I'm sure it'd be a demolition derby going after him, wouldn't it?
Don't say the F word.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, I work for Coke. We say don't say the P word. All right. We're going to scoot back around here into car number 181. Driving the 181, who we got?
Todd Zobel.
Todd Zubel? Come on up here so they can see you. All right, Todd, you got a good-looking pink car here. You got the solid-mounted wing. I'm checking this stuff here. Doesn't matter, but I'm just checking it. All right, so car number 181, where are you from?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa. All right. Double seat? Nope, single seat. All right, so nobody want to ride with you tonight?
No, not tonight.
Do you blame them?
Probably not.
I don't blame them either. All right, scoot over here to car number 82. Got the little mini wing here on the top of the thing here. Jeremy?
Yeah.
Jeremy, where you from?
I'm from Waco.
Waco, Texas. Got anybody here from Texas here? I see a few of you up there. All right, so where do you normally race at?
Well, I took a year or two off. I've raced at Waco a lot. I ran a lot of tracks over the years and stuff. Been doing it for like 28 years. Pretty much the enduros, I have a good time at it. Even though I don't have no luck at them, I still have a good time either way.
So what was the carnage last night? What all did you tear up last night?
Well, we just got, we had a transmission linkage that came off and stuff. It stayed in neutral and didn't get to go nowhere.
That's an easy fix, though.
Yeah, it was until I got hit.
Oh. And you could have won $10,000, so it's kind of a rough thing, I guess, it happened, huh?
I'm not that lucky, but, you know, it'd be nice just to finish good.
There you go. Scoot around here to car number 851. Where is the driver for the 851 at? He missed his driver introduction. If this is NASCAR, something would happen to him. I don't know what. Scoot around here to car number 174. Tell me about the sheet metal on the hood here.
It's a little torn up. Last night wasn't the best for the body, but it's structurally sound, so nothing wrong with that.
Good looking car. It's easy to spot. That's what I like.
That's all I wanted, because I don't want to be missed by the spotter or anything like that. I want to be seen, that's for sure.
Speaking of spotters, who's your spotter up there?
Cassidy Lampe.
Where's Cassidy at?
I see her right there.
All right. There she is. Is that? Nope. I see. Well.
Right by the sign.
I see her now. Okay. All right. Yeah. You know, the spotters are an important person, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
she's everything. She controls everything for me, so.
She's more important than you are.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
If she's mad at you, all she's got to do is skip a couple of laps.
And I'm done for.
You're racing your heart out. Cassidy, don't be mad at him, okay? He's trying. All right, good luck, man. Thank you. Driving car number 68. Come around to this side here. Believe me, it's 68. Look at this thing. What happened?
Pile up front straightaway.
Pile up on the front straightaway. Now, normally a kick rail is built out of 1.25 inch tubing. Yours are built out of 2x4 square tubing. That's some pretty heavy. That's actually heavier than the original frame rail that was on this thing.
Yep.
All right, so where are you from?
Rocky Comfort, Missouri.
Rocky Comfort, Missouri. How far is that?
386 miles.
Good to have you here. Car number 68. 54. No driver for 54? All right. Who we got driving a 54?
Tommy Lewis.
Tommy Lewis. Car number 54. Good looking car. You a Razorback fan?
My sister is.
Your sister is. That's your sister's flag. So what are you saying? You don't like the Razorback? Razorback. You don't like the Razorbacks?
They're all right. I'm not into football.
Yeah. Right, right. I noticed that car's a lot more yellow. So if a little bit of purple, you could be LSU, right?
Nah, probably not.
Not gonna happen. I didn't think so. All right, good luck, man. Scooch around here to car number 154. Got the flames on these things, man. Is that old school? That's decals. I didn't know it was painted or decals. All right, so what's your name?
Keith.
Keith, where you from?
Garfield, Arkansas. Garfield, Arkansas.
Garfield, Arkansas. What do you normally race on these things? What do you usually race? This
is my uncle's.
Your uncle's car. Is your uncle here?
The one you just talked to.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you like LSU?
Yeah.
And you're from Arkansas?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to America. Thanks, sir. All right, Jamie Songer, come over here, car number 96. Jamie, you had the hot rod out here last night, huh?
Yeah, it was all right. Somebody didn't see past the hood of their car and caused us a few problems. But, we do the enduro racing because I'd rather enduro race or have sex with my cousin than to race for IMCA. So
I'm going to go check my batteries on the microphone here. Goodness gracious. I can't believe he said that.
I know he's from Texas, but you guys don't have to love him.
I've got a bad taste in my mouth just on the talking in the microphone now. No, so you put on enduros, though, don't you?
well, we did, but my wife calls it the down payment for the house project, and we lost too much money, so it's either lose her or lose the enduros. I divorced her once, remarried her, so somebody's got.
And you weren't going to have nothing to do with the cousin, right? Please tell me so.
Well, you never know, but somebody's going to have to die if we do it again.
Jamie, good luck in this race tonight, man. Just good luck. Please tell me you got an ugly cousin. Driving car number 17, who we got?
Rick Lampe.
Rick Lampe. All right, Rick. Good looking car. How long you been racing?
About 3 years.
And where you from?
Springfield, Missouri.
Springfield, Missouri.
Hey guys, I greatly appreciate Steve. I'm sorry he's not going to be able to get to everybody for the driver introduction. He loves talking about you. He'll be talking about you on the mic, but I got to steal it away and tell you guys, let's start getting in. It's time to go racing, guys. Strap in, go.
All right, we're getting closer to going racing here for the 6th annual Lone Star 600. Drivers to your cars. Everyone else start getting off the track.
Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're getting ready to clear the racetrack here. It is 6:45 according to my clock. If you're watching a race on Texas.com, thank you so much for joining us on the second night, the final night, that is, of the 6th annual Lone Star 600. We are getting ready to go here in about 15 minutes. Going to clear the racetrack, going to get these race cars ready to go. I think it's roughly the same amount, about 140 or so that we had last night. We had a few cars drop out, but we picked up a few cars here for the second night of the race. 300 laps again, same deal as last night, 300 laps to close out the 6th annual Lone Star 600. Your winner of Friday night's portion was the 81 of Mr. Devin Smith. He picked up a cool 10 grand last night for his efforts. And he is looking to double down and be the first person in this race's history to win both portions of the Lone Star 600. My co-announcer, Mr. Steve Cape, out there on the racetrack, have been introducing as many of these drivers as he felt like he could get to. A lot of great race cars. A lot of very unique machines. It's really impressive. Steve and I were talking about this a little bit earlier. It's really impressive to see what these enduro cars have turned into over the last 6 years. It really started as like a drag it out of the weeds, knock the glass out of it, get your safety equipment right, get out here and race right off the street, basically. That is not the case anymore. The majority of these cars are purpose-built, if not for this very exact race, for races like it all across the country. This enduro thing is growing. It's getting big, and it's because of big money. This thing has got $25,000 possible. Of course, Corey Neal was eligible for $35,000. Unfortunately, could not get it done last night, and it looks like he's starting way well back in the pack this evening, so a long way to go. A long way to go. Yeah, he had his, okay, since you're on the flag stand, and you need to know this apparently, had his early registration pill drawn in the driver's meeting as being eligible for a $10,000 bonus. If he won both nights, it would have been $35,000 for Corey. Yeah, I know. You black flag them all and just... Are you doing that maybe for a cut of that extra $10,000? Marcus, real quick, while you're getting your flag set up, let's go over what we've got. It's a real abbreviated flag set for someone who may not have seen what we did last night. You got your green, you got your red, you got a checkered. Maybe a black flag if we need it, but I don't really see us needing it, so a 3-flag set here. Some little kickbacks there from some of the judges, possibly. Oh, but no, it's really cool. We had more red flags last night than I think is the usual, but that's not an indication of what's going to happen this evening. So there's no yellow flag. We're not going to get a caution for those of you that may be new. There is a push truck exiting the racetrack right now at the top of turn number 3. If we have a car stop on the speedway that is able to be pushed, that truck is going to make his way onto the racetrack at race pace, work his way down to that car that is stopped, and then push it off the speedway while we are still racing. For those of you in the stands that may be new, scorers, hold your cards up for me real quick. All these people in the center, ladies and gentlemen, each car on the racetrack has a person in the stands. Thank you, scorers. You can put those down. Each of those people with probably the hardest job at the race tonight is responsible for watching the time clock on the flag stand. When their car passes the flag stand, they write down the time that is on the clock. That is how we keep track of 140 plus cars over the course of 300 laps. It is an incredible undertaking. It is unlike anything else that I have ever seen in racing, and it works really well. Scores real quick, I'm going to ask you for a pink band check. If you want to go ahead and hold those up for me. You're all the best. Thank you so much. You can put those back down. Get those arms stretched out. You got a lot of writing to do. Anybody worried about carpal tunnel tonight? You're all good? I see a couple of hands like at shoulder height. Oh, my goodness. I'm serious. It's probably the hardest job at this racetrack tonight. You got to watch your own personal car. I can only imagine that that's the only car on the track that matters, is the one that has your number on it. I'm not jealous of any of you. I just want to go ahead and say that right now. I do not envy a single solitary one of you. I have done that job before on a regular Friday or Saturday race night. I don't like it then, so I can only imagine what it's like for 300 laps. Need the track cleared if you are not a driver. If you are a crew member, now is time to say goodbye. Yeah, basically. No. All right, folks. So we're going to have an interesting lineup here tonight. We could possibly be doing an invert for these cars for the Lone Star 600. Mike Long Sr., the driver of the red number 601 machine, is going to draw a pill. If he draws a number 1 pill, he gets to keep his pole position, and he gets a cool, crisp $100 bill for his efforts. If he draws, it's by row, so if he draws a 35 pill, he's going to be in the very back of the pack. We will invert the entire field if Mike draws a 35. So no pressure, Mike. No pressure whatsoever. I see that Tim Van Gotten's got his windsock back on the car there. That's good. I heard you asking him about that. I heard you talking to him about that. So, I want to do a little clarification for you as well. I heard you mention CC Speedway. That one is closed. I am the announcer at South Texas Speedway, which is also in Corpus Christi. So that's where the CC Speedway was a quarter-mile pavement track. And if you're interested, there's some really cool vintage video on YouTube from CC Speedway. Some really awesome action. That track was absolutely insanely small and narrow and yes, rough. There was not a smooth patch in that pavement, but it was some great racing, and I'm sad that I did not get to attend a race at CC Speedway. But I do know Mr. Mcguire. I've seen him race several times at South Texas Speedway. So good to have him out here. DJ Schroed also driving one of Bobby Jack's 2 Jacks racing cars in that 881 machine. Bobby Jack is a huge supporter of dirt track racing in South Texas, and it is really awesome to see them grabbing some cars, putting them together, and putting some drivers in those cars right now. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing at this moment, we're just firing everybody up, and we're going to make sure that all these cars will start and move once we drop that green flag, Steve, at 7 o'clock. That is 7 minutes from now is the time we are going to drop the green flag. If you're watching us home at raceontexas.com through the pay-per-view broadcast, first of all, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you so much for purchasing that pay-per-view, and thank you for supporting the 6th Annual Lone Star 600. This is a race unlike anything else that happens really as far as scale, I would say, in the country. This thing is absolutely huge, and Steve says world while he's getting his notes put together, and I think that's safe. I think that's safe to say. The biggest endurance race in the world as far as scale. This thing is absolutely insane. I would say, except for maybe the 24-hour of Le Mans, this thing is the biggest one that there is. We've got 140 race cars on this racetrack that are going to go at the same time. And Steve, I am looking at the best looking contraption I've seen all weekend right in front of us in the 158. That thing is brand new, put together, was not here last night. That is a cool looking hot rod right there, man.
Here's the bad thing about 158. We have no idea who he is.
No clue.
He just showed up.
No clue whatsoever.
All right, so they're bringing him around here for lap number 1. Here comes Brad Dixon. Now, I think he's probably going to go maybe 2 laps of just kind of get your temperature up here. So, man, look at that upside down flag on the 74 car. Decided to go upside down because he said he's been having bad luck.
I heard him say a little bit of change of luck, maybe. I mean, at this point, we're just kind of grasping at straws. Anything that'll work, we'll go with. But with another $10,000 for someone, possible for Devin Smith, $25,000 possible tonight, Steve. Do you think it can happen?
Anything is possible. However, there's 300 laps between here and there.
Yes,
and that's
absolutely.
the problem. And last night, we had some cars get tore up out here last night. The 08 car will not be with us tonight. Let's see. He is out of Kenny Hogan, out of Durham, Alabama. He's not going to be with us tonight because, well, he got the old El Camino crushed up pretty bad. He was one of our windshield brigades.
Oh.
We also had the other car with a windshield. He's not there. So maybe don't put a windshield in the car.
Yeah, maybe don't put a windshield in the car. I've got nothing scientific to back that up, but 2 out of 2 at this point, it ain't looking good.
511 is another new car that wasn't here last night. Talked with him a while ago, and that is going to be, let's see, that's Jeremy Henry out of Sherman, Texas. And like I said, he wasn't here last night. 42, was he here last night?
I don't believe so. There's so many cars that were here last night that are on the racetrack. It's very possible that we didn't. Well, I mean, I know for a fact that we didn't talk about every single one of them. It's absolutely insane. Now the 111, Steve, that's a whole nother car with the 111 on it. Look right there, the quadruple one, I should say, going into turn number 1. We had a 1111 last night, but it was not that race car.
Okay. Hey, we do have a information that's Richie Robbins on the 158, the new car that you spotted a while ago.
Okay.
So that is going to be him. Hey, look who's back on the back straightaway. Paul White, car number
Yep.
149. Got tangled up right here on the front straightaway. Ran
that
under
was a
car in a
mess.
bad wreck.
Yeah.
Tore up the front end of the thing. Too bad to actually get it back out here. And so they just parked it. Now you're thinking, why even come back? Tonight's a separate race.
Yeah, another 10 grand on the line, man. And he won last year's Saturday night portion was picked up by that very race car, and Paul wasn't here on Friday night last year. So, anything is possible, like you said, Stephen. And exactly, why come back tonight? It's another $10,000 race this evening.
All right, Brad's stopping him there. He's got the magic bag of chips. He's going over to car number 601 to see what he's going to draw. So if he draws a 1 out of 35, he gets $100. All right, just let us know what he draws. Okay.
Looks like the pill's been drawn.
All right, start watching to see how many cars of inversion we have.
There's two rows.
2 rows.
There's 3 rows.
So it's 3 rows.
Looks like it was just 2 rows because that was the 73 was our 3rd row car.
So look at who's on the pole this time here. The man with the FAA bag out there on top of the car, car number 73.
Tim Van Gotten.
Tim Van Gotten.
Out of Chanute, Kansas, I believe.
Yes, sir. All right, so if you would like to have the complete rundown.
I hate to say it, but it doesn't look like the Upside Down Pirate changed some luck tonight because we went from we went from the 2nd row to the last row there for that is Scott Stewart, I believe, also out of Chanute. That's Tim's teammate there.
If it weren't for bad luck, he'd have no luck at all.
My goodness, talk about it. But it did move up last night's winner, Devin Smith, to the 3rd row on the inside there. So the 81. I don't want to call it an advantage because we got 300 laps here tonight. So it could be anybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd please stand up at this time. We're going to have a word of prayer before we go racing. Gentlemen, we ask you please remove your hats. And let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you, Lord, for this day. We thank you, Lord, for this beautiful weather you've given us today to come out here to compete. I thank you, Lord, for the men and women around this great world that are willing to risk their lives so we can have the freedoms that we have to come out to an event such as this. I pray, God, tonight for the safety of each driver. I pray, God, you'd be a Sonny Hunt from last night, Lord. Lord, just be with us all, Lord. I love you, Jesus, and thank you for saving my soul. Amen. Remain standing for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some Lone Star 600?
Let's count them down from 5, Steve.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Here we go. Chanute, Kansas. 2 cars on the front row. We got Iowa in the middle. And look at this. Van Gotten car number 73 with that big FAA sale. He's going to be second place. They go into turn number 1 and 2. The 26 car busting out with a real quick lead. That is going to be driven tonight by Bill Reese out of Carroll, Iowa.
Look at Van Gotten on the inside, though, Steve, already retaking the lead as we come off at turn number 4. We're already almost into lap traffic, and we haven't even finished lap number 1.
We've got lap number 1 in the books starting now. As the race is starting to get a little bit heavier. I'm seeing a little bit of smoke from a few cars. Not bad just yet. Now, we've already gone farther than we did last night.
That's very true. That is very true. Some of these cars, though, they've got to be hurt. They've got to be tired. Some of these drivers are probably just trying to make it as far as they can this evening.
$10,000 on the line. Corey Neal last night. Last night, if you notice, he started slowing down. The rear end actually started locking up in that car.
Really?
That's what it was. They just happen to have a spare rear end in the trailer, and here they are back out here racing.
Well, it's like we were talking about, man. They've got every single part of all of these race cars probably in duplicate or triplicate in some of these trailers back there. So I guarantee you there was a lot of thrashing going on this afternoon.
Right now, that track is wet. We got some action over here. We got action on the back straightaway. But the track is wet right now. I'm seeing the cars actually slipping around as they come down the back through the corners.
Absolutely. There was a lot of water put down here on Devil's Bowl Speedway. I saw a lot of cars on the start blowing the rear tires off of it, trying to get going, as we've got one stopped already at the top of turn number 1. Looks like someone may be calling it early this evening. We'll see if the push truck has to get there. We've got the 20 car already in the pit area, Steve.
All right, so here we go, the 92 car. Check him out. He's got the wing all the way down. That's Brian Blessington, car number 92. Maybe not all the way down, but almost level. Now, he'll have that wing jacked up all the way by the end of the night, trying to take care as the track gets greasier through the racing event.
And I heard you talking about him a little bit, or you told me a little bit earlier, actually, before we got started, that with the wing down, it actually made the engine run about 20 degrees warmer just because of how much harder he was having to work to drag that wing down the straightaway. But it's got to help the handling of the car, and that's what comes first.
That is hard to believe, that the 20 degrees of temperature.
It's insane.
So, man, hey, there goes our Volkswagen by, car number 136, and he is always a great competitor no matter where he goes. That is going to be Alan Lindau.
I think we just had some announcers curse there, Steve, as Alan makes his way off the racetrack.
We got water flowing out of the 81 car. It's either water or fuel, I'm not sure.
Got his hand out the window, Steve. He's aware of it either way. I see his hand coming through the roll cage, so he is pulling it off the speedway. That looks like the 811. I do not have information. Nope, that's not the
811.
811.
That is Ryan Childress.
There we go.
Ryan Childress, car number 811, pulls off into the... Whoa, got a big wreck.
Oh, no.
Rocket Rick. Rocket Rick spun around.
We've got Garrett Higgins spinning around as well. We've got the 1111 machine spun around as well. A lot of cars tangled up already. And that's in that bottleneck spot, man. We've talked about that several times this week. This weekend, I should say, and in years past, it really gets narrow coming off the exit of turn number 4.
Ben McDuff is in that wreck. He's driving the little Chevy Cobalt. Now, he drives his car every Saturday night. Races over there, he races on Friday and Saturday night. He races over at Boot Hill Speedway on Saturday night. Races at Showtime Speedway on Friday nights. Tough competitor. Tore the whole front end up on that thing today. Took it to the frame shop. Got it straightened out. A Rocket Rick, I don't think he's going too much further.
No, I think that one might be done there, Mr. Steve. That does not look good for Rocket Rick. That's one of our UPS guys.
Yeah. He delivered on that one there.
Yeah, I don't think that package is going to make it to its destination at this point.
He's still trying, though. He doesn't realize that the A-arm is completely sitting in the wrong direction here.
We got a whole lot of right front going on there for you, Rick. You might want to.
I don't think Rocket Rick has the rear end locked up in that thing neither. I'm not positive.
Now, it does look open from here.
All right, man.
Yeah, Rick, unfortunately, brother, I think we're going to have to get a hook out there for you, man.
So we got the 01 car sitting completely backwards. He got on the brakes. Like I said, the track is wet right now.
It is. It's very wet. There's a lot of moisture in this place, and from it being so dry last night, I don't know how deep they roughed the track up, but we may have a situation where the water just only sank about a couple of inches. So I don't know what's going on here, but definitely a tricky beast tonight.
Okay, Thomas Richardson and Kent Lewis Jr. in the 25 car. Kent Lewis Jr., a sprint car driver.
Yes, absolutely.
In fact, they just had, I don't know who did it. Was it y'all that did that on Race on Texas that did the special on Kent?
I believe it
video,
was.
really good
was.
video. I mean, it shows his shop. I mean, it's a really good video. And, you know, I appreciate you guys doing what y'all do, just making this stuff here to where people can see more about the racing going on.
I'll tell you what, all credit for that one going to go to my brother Xander over on the other end of this box. That dude right there is absolutely phenomenal with gathering his footage. He does all of his own edits. He's 20 years old, Steve, and he is absolutely phenomenally talented. So,
Is he the one that did the promo last night?
Absolutely, yes, that is
Pretty cool.
Xander. So yeah, some great work coming out of that young man right there. He's got a bright future ahead of him for sure.
All right, so we're getting this here cleaned up. Rocket Rick will be heading back to the trailer, and I don't think we'll be seeing the old Rocket anymore tonight.
Rick's got some work ahead of him, and he plans to get back out here for sure. Now, like we said last night, we had a red pretty early on. You've got time. If the damage is not too severe, you've got time, you've got parts. Get it put back together and get back out here to make some laps, especially cars that have already pulled off the racetrack like the 811 there in the pit area. They've got plenty of time to get it back out here. If they can get the problem figured out, they're not missing any laps right now.
Right. Now, Rocket Rick, the front end is destroyed, but they picked up the front of the rear of the car. I'm not sure of this here.
We're going to see how it works.
I mean, this car, the front end is toast. He told me that is a former Florida Highway Patrol.
Nice. Got that police interceptor package on the Crown Victoria.
Well, he got a Devil's Bowl Speedway interceptor
that
on the front end
package has
now.
been intercepted. I hate to say it.
I see Brad Dixon at the top of the tower. That
think
means we're getting close.
At least Karen and Bill are getting some exposure there on Rick's car as it goes back to the pit area. We've got one car mobile over here. Steve, that's the number 2 car rolling through, trying to get maybe back to the pit area. I'm not sure exactly what the story is there, but that car was up towards the front. That's Trey Smitherman.
He got tore up bad last night. Let me see. Let me go on my Carnage report here.
The Carnage report with Steve Cape, everybody. Here we go.
Hey, I've got some stuff out here that's hard to believe here. Car number 2, they bought that car last week for $4,000 with the motor ready to race.
That's a steal right there.
It's got a crate engine in it.
Okay.
All they did is put bumpers on it.
Well, there you go. And that's the cool thing about this race, man. Some of these cars are still that cheap. Now,
Whoa.
Already trying to get things refired.
It's our buddy 333. He's always in the wrong place at the right time. Oh, that is Aaron Allen, car number 71, spun around over here in turn number 4.
Yep.
We didn't even get going on that one there.
No, we did not. And I think with the track being as heavy as it is, it's difficult for some of these cars to get refired. I even heard... I overheard Kenny Wallace last night. You know, he stalled here on the front straightaway once. Wasn't used to racing with a power glide because, you know, in a UMP modified, it's a Bird or a Brin style or a Falcon. And he said they dropped the green so fast, I wasn't ready for it, so I had to shut the car off, fire it back up, and get it going again.
All right, here we go. We're back up and racing already. Oh, we got a couple of cars not wanting to go. Come on.
Looks like the 158 already getting a push from the push truck. That's not a good sign.
That is a short car, too.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Fee is off the pace in car number 52. He was in the top 10 last night.
And look at how fluid that was, ladies and gentlemen. The push truck slows down from pushing one car, falls right in behind another slow car, and we stay green. Both cars safely off the racetrack. Steve, we've got another one slow at the top of turn number 1.
I liked how you used the word fluid and it had nothing to do with oil or antifreeze on the track. That is a great use of wording there. All right, so now then what you want to do is you want to try to stay.
That's going to get bad, I think. I'm watching turn 1 right there.
Oh, Courtney goes around the top. Oh, 26.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's Devin Smith.
It's kind of like a self-cleaning oven.
He got
here.
into Devin Smith.
That's going to bring out a caution because there's no way he can get going. We got the... Oh, he said it's not the driver's door, so we're going.
Not the driver's door, so we're going with it.
That makes sense.
Oh, and there's one already. That's Mcguire. Getting into it. This is going to get ugly real quick.
Scooting around, see what's going to happen. They're just going to keep going around over here in turn number 2.
Oh,
and
my
that is
goodness.
the 26 car sitting there parked. That is Bill Reed.
Yeah, Bill
He started
Reed.
on the pole. He's out of Let's see, where's he from? He's from Carroll, Iowa.
And then the 41, there's
we got more cars piling in.
The
More
41
cars
is
piling in.
David Mcguire out of Corpus Christi.
23 says, I'm just stopping here.
James Reedus gets through. Brian Blessington gets through.
Is that the 84 car? No, that's a 10 car.
That is a 10 car. That's Don Painter.
Don Painter, yes, sir. All right, here comes our wrecker around. He's just clearing off from something else.
Looks like Painter going to back it up and gets it refired. We're going to continue here. We're still green, folks, still scoring laps. So those cars sitting still on the racetrack are falling behind. And look, people cutting through the infield, going down underneath the tires. This is absolute insanity right here, ladies and gentlemen.
But this is the 192. He really he saved.
This is all you.
Right
this
there.
is, and you know what? What may be interesting is if you're cutting through the infield there, Steve. That's a shorter distance. That might be a quicker lap, buddy.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it more than twice. So I have a feeling they'll catch you doing that. All right, so this wreck is clearing itself off.
Oh my goodness!
All except for is that the 20?
Let me get my goggles here.
I'm not sure what car number that is. All right, so Jeff Hug goes by in car number 197. Got him a good-looking car. He straightened out all the sheet metal on it today. Probably the best-looking cars I've seen him bring out here to the Lone Star 600. And speaking of good-looking cars, there goes Kenny Wallace in car number 36. It's the first time we talked about him tonight. Now, Kenny came down here out of St. Louis, Missouri in car number 36, driving a car for KMO, and that's a good-looking car, doing this for the Parker Lee Project. It's a big thing they do around the Shreveport, around that area. Car number 01 down the front straightaway. Now, that's a good-looking car. It's a Camaro.
That's an old Lee Spring Camaro right there, man. Absolutely.
It looks like the Batmobile.
It does look like the Batmobile
it's got
from
such
here.
good angles to it here. Car number 01, talked to him a while ago. It's Big Bill something. Bobby Murphy. The truck driver.
So the car that stopped over there, Steve, the black one, is number 23, and it's got a W on it. But I don't think it's Howard Willis's because it's not the same car he was in last night. That is Howard Willis. Okay. So Howard got car swapped. He got a bump start. There he is. He's back underway. I wonder what the story is behind that.
I don't know if you just saw this, but that guy on the four-wheeler ran out there and tied a chain to the back of that car while the race was going on.
And pulled it backward. That's crazy stuff right there, man.
It's crazy, brave. I think I'd let him sit there.
Yeah, they don't pay that dude enough to do what he just did. I don't know what he's making, but it ain't enough. We've got another car stopped at the top of turn number 4. You can't predict anything about this race. Anything can happen, and it will. You give it a chance, it will happen. I'm really impressed though, Steve, with how quick of a pace. Oh, our 401, our friend from last night, already facing the wrong direction in turn number 3. We got a lot of smoke and steam and backfiring and popping going on with the 128 machine down the front stretch. That's Aaron Hickson, one of the Hickson cars, the team car to the 68.
Watch that 92 car. Last night, what did he finish? Second, third? He is passing cars like crazy.
That car
on
finished
the back straightaway.
in third spot last night, so on the podium for the Friday night
we got a big
portion.
pile up in turn number 4 right now.
Oh, no, the 101 machine involved, the 811 back under. It looks like we're going to keep it cleared up, though, Steve.
I want to see if 406 can start backing it up, man.
That's the guy that did backwards last night. I completely forgot about
That's the guy that had the flaming engine. Look at this. The wrecker's coming up to him. He's going to push him. He's going to push him to the top of the track. Now, here's the deal they told him at the driver's meeting. Look at this. He's driving. What's he doing? They told him at the driver's meeting to go to the opposite side of the direction of the turn signals on the wrecker, and they're going on both sides of the wrecker, so this isn't good right now.
No, this is not good at all, and Doug Manchester going to try to turn it around on the racetrack in traffic. This is absolute insanity right here.
Do not go on the outside of the wrecker.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway, back to racing.
Oh, no. Oh, that is the best possible outcome to that terrible scenario right there. That is Doug Manchester in the 401. He had the block, looked like from here anyway, glowing red hot last night. Drove half a lap in reverse, Steve. It wasn't in the wrong direction, but it was in the wrong gear.
Oh, the baby shark. Do. Car number 143 goes off the track, and he haven't really had a chance to talk to him much on the racetrack. I've talked to him quite a bit in the pit area, though. So, man.
811 back in the pit area already.
So much stuff going on out here. One time, it's just crazy, man. This is the Lone Star 600. It's here at Mesquite Speedway.
It is
at Devil's Bowl Speedway here in Mesquite, Texas.
Absolute insanity from the drop of the green flag. And again, though, Steve, I'm really impressed with the pace that these drivers are keeping. With this many cars on the racetrack, the action is flowing, and Kenny Wallace and the 36 machine slow down the front stretch, Steve. I'm not sure if that's just Biden is. Ooh, that was a pretty good lick there to the outside. I'm not sure if Kenny's just trying to find his way or if there's an issue with the race car.
I talked to Kevin Montgomery over there at Smalley's today, and they were having drive shaft problems. That's what happened last night. They dropped the drive shaft.
Yep.
They rebuilt a brand new drive shaft, and the yoke was the wrong size. So they had to go back, rebuild it, re-weld it, and so he's back out here racing. You know, he had they had these people from a big hard hit on the 36 car. But you know there's so much work that has been done on these cars this week. It's unreal.
Yeah, Kenny going to take it off the racetrack, and Kenneth Montgomery and the crew going to get to work, I'm sure, unless it's a big night-ending problem. But, yeah, they had some serious issues last night. He made 204 laps out of the 300. Like you said, chunking a drive shaft, and that'll end it for you right there. Just an insane amount of action going on at the racetrack right now. You can look anywhere, Steve. We could look anywhere, pick a car, and talk about it right now. That's how much is going on.
Why don't we talk about the 2020 car? We have no idea who's got him.
No clue.
But he's got the tallest flagpole of anybody out there. He's got 10-foot flagpoles on top of the Trump 2020 special as he comes down the front straightaway. No idea who this guy is. He showed up way late today. I wish I had his info. We'll try to find something on him.
His score has probably got the easiest job out of that section, though, for sure. The Trump train, very visible off of turn number 2.
You know something really different about Howard Willis's car tonight, the 23 car? He doesn't have all of his extra wings, you know, the easy to spot you. He's got an orange cone mounted on the top of there, and that's about all he's got. And
see, that looks like a straight-up race car.
Knowing Howard, it probably is. I do not know what happened to the car last night. We was talking to him last night. He wasn't saying anything bad about it, you know, so who knows?
That looks like a straight-up race car that he probably took from a Friday or Saturday night show. It looks like our Cadillac slow in the infield there. That's a 32 machine. Isn't that the car that Boudreaux drove last year?
Yeah, that is Zane Goff driving that car this year. Zane's a go-kart driver, races go-karts over there in the Houston area, road course racing. Getting to be quite a good driver, you know. So his dad's been putting stuff out there for him for quite a while.
Those carts are wicked, man. They weigh about 150 pounds. They make about 50 or so horsepower in those two-stroke motors. It's absolutely insane. Those shifter carts are nuts. No suspension. The only flex in the chassis is the rear axle. It's insane to watch those guys. So that's a pretty serious skill right there to wheel one of those.
So I saw the Derek Wilson car number 3 car go by a while ago, and now I can't find it. That is the car that is easiest to lose on this track. It's black and pink and teal.
Yeah,
and
it all kind of blends. There he is right there.
All right, so he's out here on the track tonight. His Carnage report was he just broke the spindles, and that seemed to be the most common thing of anything to be broke out there was spindles on his cars.
I could definitely see that. It's the most vulnerable piece on the race car. It's out on the front. You know, you're making contact with the front of the race car. I could absolutely see that being the most common breakage that we had.
All right, trying to find the 26 truck. I haven't seen him out here. Found out on that thing there, he gave $3,500 for that car. It was race ready. It looks like an old Arca style or an old Cup style truck.
Yeah.
I mean, $3,500. That's a steal. Race ready vehicle.
There's Abby, top of turn number 3.
And he was telling me he races everywhere, and apparently he must be good. He sounds like he picks up some wins.
He is very good. Jeffrey Abbey's got a 30-win 2019 race season going on right now. He and his brother Weston, they race at Heart of Texas Speedway with me every weekend. Both of them, Weston won 2 points championships. He was the IMCA stock car champion and the factory stock champion. He got 13 wins at the racetrack across those 2 classes. His brother Jeffrey, who's driving the truck, was the winningest driver at Heart of Texas Speedway, picked up 14 wins across 3 divisions. He drove an IMCA stock car, a factory stock, and an IMCA modified.
That's a lot of wins for anybody.
And that's just at Waco. That's not counting all of I think both of those young guys have got about 30 wins this year apiece.
So last night he had the air cleaner catch on fire. And let's see, he had no brakes as well after lap 150. So
that's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah. You know, you got a fire plus no brakes. But, Anyway, he's out here racing on his $3,500 truck.
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome, and that's the cool thing about most of these cars. Now, that's not the story for everybody. I'll tell you one that it isn't. The 110 machine crossing right here in front of us, the Continue Mission sponsored number 110 car. That car, Steve, put together specifically for this race, cost around $50,000 to put it together.
Man.
It's a full-blown modified, Steve. It's a race-ready race car that's got sail panels across the side. Continue Mission is a really cool organization. We talked a little bit about them last night. They assist veterans with combat-related injuries, have a lot of opportunities for them to adjust and have therapy through their activities. Continue Mission is a really cool group, and it's really cool to see them out here supporting a car in a race like this.
Got a chance to talk to him a while ago, man. Really a super neat crew. I mean, just the whole entire way. He told me all about Continue Missions. I mean, just a great deal.
Absolutely.
How about Todd Manchester? Is that Manchester in the 9 car? Yeah, Todd Manchester. Oh, we got a pile up. Big pile up. Over the top, over here. In turn number 3, they're off the track.
We've got one around in turn 2 that is not off the track. Everybody trying to split that car, but yeah, those 3 tangled together at the top of turn number 1. That is not going to give us a red.
Now, they were saying that the dust was really bad on the back straightaway last night. I think it's probably from a driver that would drive down through the infield, kick the dirt up.
So the 00 car gets moving. I'm hearing that there may be a fire in that group of 3 at the top of turn number 1. Those cars are moving
onto the infield. He was involved in that pile up there a while ago. That's Brandon Hall out of Kennedale, Texas. And it looks like he's going to be parking down in the infield. Now, he's parked in the outfield for the race itself.
2 more cars making their way off the track, Steve. One of them, the 149 of Paul White. The other one, the 504 of Garrett, or the 501 of Garrett Gregory. Both of those cars look to be hurt pretty bad. So it may be the end for those 2 guys tonight.
And I think Blessington has dropped the wing angle on the 192 all the way down flat once again. So kind of watch these wings here. And speaking of wings on the outside of him, car number 24, the ultimate wing. He's got a chalkboard on one side. He's got a billboard on the other. And it looks like a slide-in camper. This car has been to every Lone Star 600 there's ever been. So he has got a possibility of what's 600 times 3,600 laps on that car.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, that one was built by A.J. Dancer, if I'm not mistaken. And A.J. sold it to the young man driving it this evening. It's Jared Carroll behind the wheel. It's really cool to see some of the cars already building up a history for this race.
And you know what I'm not seeing here is Mark Warren, car number 29.
No, Mark has not been in competition this weekend, and that is strange. I think Mark's made, if not every other one, just about all the rest of it. And he picked up a win on one portion.
He did. I was really, you know what, I saw him post something this morning. It's like, wait, he's not here this weekend. So Mark Warren, don't know where you're at. You should be here. His Shoulders is not out here tonight. I didn't see him out here.
No.
All right, so we're starting to get racy all the way around the track here. And here we come down the front straightaway. Ben Benjamin in car number 04. Is that our windshield car? That's our windshield car, car number 03, but he's taking the windshield out of him.
That's very slow down around the bottom as well, down on the inside of the racetrack.
William Eccles out of Raysville, Alabama. And he'll pull into the infield. Tough break for him.
I just got a message, Steve, that Kenny Wallace, it's terminal damage. I don't know exactly what's wrong with the car yet, but the Parker Lee Project 36 is done for the night. As soon as I get word, I'll pass it along to you, but it sounds like it's terminal right now.
Man, tough break for them, man. And that was about as top-notch of equipment as you're going to get, period.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. After it was a brand-new 2019 Ingalls Racing Performance Sport Mod chassis. And, yeah, like you said, about as good as it gets for that kind of car. And, unfortunately, it is done for the weekend.
Speaking of done for the weekend, wait till you see the 01 that just went by here. The upper roof panel on that car has busted loose. So he's about to have an inverted wing on the 01 car. Watch him as he comes around here. The roof is going to – I give him 10 laps.
Yep.
It's going to be going away.
I see it. Right,
it's flapping pretty hard. Car number 01, the blue and white car, as he goes down the front straightaway.
I see that. Yeah, the whole strip on the right side, on the passenger side for the roof is gone. So, yeah, you're right. That may be bad. We got a bunch of smoke coming out of the 174 machine, Steve. That car's slow on the inside. That one may be done here tonight. I think tonight last night's the test. Tonight is really, like, you're pushing these things to the limit. 600 laps over 2 days is absolute insanity. And I'm looking at your 132. That's the car that has the weird nose and the huge bumper. That bumper's come loose on the right side, Steve. Watch, coming into turn 3. Watch him when he comes down the front straightaway. We might lose that rear bumper, and that would be cause enough for a red flag. Watch right here.
Oh, I went and talked to them a while ago.
Look at that.
I see that. That rear bumper, you would not believe, is built out of 4-inch square tubing. But the problem is somebody they didn't weld it. So somebody else tried to weld it back in there, and that is something that might. I believe you're correct.
That may be an issue.
One good bump and its life would be gone. I
That
mean,
may
you
be
can
an
see
issue. And I'm getting a report
It's
now
dragging.
on the
It's dragging now.
on Wallace's car, the 36 machine, and apparently it will not go into high gear in that Power Glide transmission. So we've got low, which isn't going to be enough for race pace. You can't make 300 laps in low gear. It's just not going to happen. So if they maybe can get that problem solved, they can get it back out here. But that's going to be some serious. Speaking of serious, we got a big gaggle of cars right here in turn 1.
Over the front of somebody.
There's a car stopped. It is going to be impossible for me to see the number on that car. We got the 178 stopped as well. So it's not going to be a red flag. The 178 gets it rolling. We're still green, and that car facing in the right direction. It's not going to be a red flag, but it could be a rear ender here in just a moment. That is right in the middle of the corner, right where a lot of guys are trying to enter right now. So they're having to go both sides of that race car. Stopped over in turn number 1. Looks like he gets it refired. That's the 17.
Chris, you got that?
Looks like we do have a fire in the pit area. The 174 machine stopped dead in the middle of the infield. We're going to get the fire crew over there just in a moment to get that taken care of. You see the driver out of the car, Steve, the 174 in the infield. A lot of smoke. We're going to get the fire crew over there to take a look at it and see exactly what the issue is. I'm watching the 81. I don't know where Devin Smith is right now as far as lap count goes, but the car, again, is consistent. He's had a couple of close calls this evening, but it's still one of the fastest cars on the racetrack.
I think that 406 might be faster than him. Randy Embry. Watch him. Just ahead of him.
I see that.
He's pulling out. Now, of course, he's got traffic around him, but 406, he might be one of the fastest cars out there.
Embry picking him up and putting him down for sure. The 406 is lined out tonight. He had some issues last night, got caught up in a couple of tangle-ups there on the racetrack, but he is rolling here tonight, Steve.
We're up to 50 laps. Is that 50 or 25?
I would say that's probably 25, but that's a lot of them there at 25, so thank you, scorers, for that. That gives us kind of an idea of where we are. There's the 110 Continue Mission machine once again going into turn number 1. That is Tim Kirk behind the wheel. Just an absolute spectacular looking race car, specifically built for this event right here this weekend, the 6th Annual Lone Star 600. A fantastic organization, Continue Mission helping out on that 110 machine. That's my personal best looking race car of the event. We got a red flag
on the track. Red flag on the track. Oh, our car 406 is on fire on the back straightaway.
Yes, I do see the fire again underneath the 401 machine of Manchester.
All right, so who is at lap 50 so far? Lap 50. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is fast-paced.
Oh, wow.
All right, how about lap 55?
So nobody's at 55, about 54, 53. All right, hold those up. So I've got 92, Steve, 81,
92, 81,
62, and 73 on lap 3. Lap number 53, those 4 cars. How about 52? Hold up 52. So 140, 534, 33, 10, 1, 333. Those are cars on lap 53.
So car number 92, and look at this, you're 92. He's pulling there and he's got a flat tire.
Flat right rear. Hopefully we
And
can get that.
he was on lap 53. Car number 81, last night's winner,
Yes.
is up there right now.
Devin Smith on lap 53.
Car number 62, that's Andy
the push
Beckman.
truck. I love the sign. I love the sign right there. The push truck is probably the coolest part of this race. We think so too. Absolutely,
Gotcha,
brother.
gotcha.
I love the sign. I love the enthusiasm. Thank you so much for being out here this evening.
All right, car number 73. Once again, running tough out here. That is going to be driven.
That's Tim Van Gotten.
Tim
That's our
Van Gotten.
yeah.
That's the FFA
That's Windsock.
guy.
That's
FAA
Windsock.
guy. All right, so what happened a while ago? You said to Kenny Wallace. Let's talk
Sounds
about
like it
real
won't
quick.
go into high gear is what the report I'm getting. So Power Glide transmission, as most of you I'm sure know, you got two. You got a low and you got a high. And if it won't go into high, low is not enough to get it around the racetrack. So a tough break. That's very unfortunate. I really want to thank Kenny Wallace for being here at this race. I want to thank Kenneth Montgomery for helping put that race car together. Jason Ingalls, of course, for preparing the Parker Lee Project with Megan and Philip Smith for being a huge part of that. And, of course, just everybody involved with that deal. That is really cool stuff. An unfortunate break tonight.
The 140 car has got sheet metal.
I saw that.
He is literally
Yeah.
blowing the doors off his own car right now.
It's like a mud flap. He is blowing the doors off his own car.
And
I
he
love
is
that.
going fast.
Look at this, man. Just
To the
hauling
inside.
off of turn number 4.
And his sheet metal is going off like crazy. And we got a car around over here.
That looks like the 701. Ooh, Devin Smith was caught up in that there, Steve. The 81 machine was
having
slow.
some bad luck out here tonight. Now, Ben Benjamin, car number 04, the Chevy HHR, not really running as fast. Last night he broke a half shaft.
Oh,
And
that
it's
would do it.
Only $1,067 for a half shaft for that thing.
Is it a specialized part for that
It
car?
is a specialized part for the supercharged
Okay,
version
okay.
of that thing. So, you know, it's like we went and ate with him last night, and he's sitting there, oh, yeah, it's just a half shaft. And we got cars spinning over here in turn number 2. It's all good. We're going to keep on going.
Is that our 40 car, Steve? I think that might be the 40 machine we were watching just a moment ago.
Here he comes right here, 140.
Okay, so
Or
it's
is
not
that
him.
40? That is 40, not 140.
That was the 42 car that was around over there. The 42 is Mike Meeks Jr. So Mike gets it pointed back in the right direction. We are still green, of course. Only a couple red flags so far here tonight. Nothing crazy just yet, Steve. I'm waiting on it. I know it's going to happen.
Yeah. Let's hope it doesn't get crazy like we did last night. We had some bad wrecks.
We
on the
did
front
have
straightaway.
some
oh
wild
my goodness!
moments.
Look at this. The 81 passes cars like crazy on the inside.
He had the left side tires on the berm down on the bottom, Steve, to make that move.
It's like he's getting greedy. It's like, well, I got $10,000 last night. I might as well do it again tonight.
Hey, he is trying to make history here tonight, brother. He is gunning for that $25,000 top prize.
He just blew off the 4th 534 car. I mean, just went around him like crazy.
You know, you're really...
Oh, we got a spinner,
one
big time
around.
spinner.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
What a save by the driver of that 81, that 88, and great job to all of the guys who went around him. That was absolutely incredible. But what I was going to... You're really pushing these cars to the extreme. You're hauling down the street, like the 40 machine right here going into turn number 1. Toting the mail. I mean, just get... Oh, and as I say, he's going to go around. But you're just... full speed down the straightaway, and then you come up on a group of cars and you've got to get on the brakes hard. You're really pushing every part of the race car to its limits here in this race.
Aaron Allen, car number 71, is extremely loose. He came off of turn number 4. He reels it back in. He'll go off into turn number 1 and 2, being fine. Don Painter, car number 10, goes down the front straightaway. Good looking car. Got a good smooth line going for him right now. We got the not sure what that number was. Got a car going off to the pit area.
Just racing all over the place right now. It is absolutely insane, the amount of speed and just the utter lack at this point of some serious carnage. I'm really impressed with how we've kept this pace for so long. We've already passed lap 50. I mean, we're turning and burning here tonight, Steve. We are cranking them out.
All right, I just found him, and now I've lost him. Car number 66, Mike Van Dark. He's out of Galva, Iowa, the seed salesman. I don't even recall seeing the car on the track hardly at all last night. Went back to the pit area, saw him today, and he's back out here racing tonight. The cars can go off and on the track so fast that we totally miss them.
Absolutely, and that's very. We're looking over here in turn 4. The cars are coming on the racetrack in turn 3. They're going off in turn 1. They're coming in and out of the infield. It's impossible to keep up with every move that happens. I tell you what, though, I'm watching. Was the 40 car in our lap count just a minute ago, Steve? When we, yeah, I see the 140 machine was there. So I'm anxious to see if he might be catching Devin Smith because they're on the racetrack together right now. Coming through turns 3 and 4.
We got one off the pace here. Oh, that's my trailer park guy.
Oh, Steve, we got a big one right here. That was a hit right there to the left rear. We are going to get a red flag.
That's our trailer park safety consultant.
Yeah, that's the Area 51 car, absolutely.
Yep.
And he was hit by the 154.
He broke a left rear axle. Billy Mazel. Hey, real quick, let's see. Is anybody to lap 75? Lap 70. Lap 65. One car on lap 65. All right, anybody on lap 64? Okay, who all you got?
73, 62. Keep them up, y'all. If you're on lap 70, we're looking for 73. Lap number 73? No. Keep them up. 73, 66, 62. I see 534, and I see 10.
Hey, real quick again, let's go back to it's lap 60. Anybody on lap 60? Okay, anybody at lap 65? This is a great game here. All right, anybody at lap 64?
There we go. Okay. All right. Thank you, Scores. We appreciate it. So, Devin Smith, your winner from last night, the only car on lap number 65 right now. 64, excuse me, 64.
So, Devin Smith a while ago, man, he is on a mission. He is flying. He was all the way at the bottom of the track.
Yeah.
He went off into turn number 1. He had to turn hard to the right to miss the tractor tire over there.
Real quick, folks, in the grandstands, we do have event T-shirts on sale. They are $20 while they last. Every size, from small to, I believe, 6X we have. Different years of the event, but limited supply of all of them. They are $20 no matter your size at the front gate right now. So if you want an event shirt, they're going quick. Come down here and grab one at the front gate. $20 no matter your size from different years of this event. So if you want to complete your collection, maybe you've got one you missed, you can grab that right now. If we've got it in your size, they are at the front gate for $20.
Ladies and gentlemen,
so Steve,
all right,
it looks
we've
like
got a safety issue right now with Rooster Wortman, car number 49, getting the fire truck down here to check him out.
Hearing radio chatter, they're thinking there may be a fire underneath the hood, or confirming there's a fire underneath the hood on Rooster's car.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Billy Mazel in car number 151. That's all he's going to get for tonight. He is the trailer park lifestyle consultant. I have never heard of that particular position, but that's what he does. So, tough break for him.
I love it. Trailer park radio lifestyle consultant.
Yes. Got to get it right. I finally got it all right. So if you're at home watching this on pay-per-view through Race on Texas, you're probably wondering how in the world do you score this race? The way it is scored is we've got the people sitting right in front of us here. There is one person per each car out there, and they have got a scorecard. They fill out their scorecard every time they go by. What do they put on the scorecard? You see the little clock that's clicking 2317, 2318. You write down that exact number. Now, you've got a sheet, a block for each lap. Do not skip a block. If you do, they'll throw your card away. It's got to be done correct. Exactly. So at the end of the race, Race on Texas goes back, compares up your sheets to their film, and you better not be cheating, or once again your sheet goes into the box. So it's a really great simple system the way it works here. We are getting close to going back racing here. Lap 64. Here we go, back up and running. Oh, car number 192. He's jacked the wing up, trying to make sure everybody's going to take off and run. Got a little bit of oil fluids over there in turn number 2. Back up and running. All cars. Oh, we got one car. Jeff Hogue, car number 97, did not fire back up on the back straightaway. And looking for the push truck. Here comes the push truck. He'll come up to the rear bumper of Jeff Hogue in car number 197 and get him fired back up and running. A real quick push on him. Here we go. Get him, get him, get him, get him. And Hogue is not yet to fire up. So Jeff Hogue in car number 197. He'll be coming back around the track here. Got a car off the track in the top of turn number 4. Hogue pulls the 197 car over the top of the embankment. So it looks like Hogue will park the 197 in the top of turn number 4. As we keep green flag action, just past lap 64. Car number 17 makes his way to the infield. The 17 car is driven by Rick Lampe out of Springfield, Missouri. So lots of action everywhere. Coming down the front straightaway, car number 1B. I have to hunt to find out who that is. The 1B car is driven by Tommy Gurrell out of Elgin, Texas, sponsored by Terry's Body Shop and his pit crew. The push truck makes his way back over here to turn number 4. I'm sure he's going to go back over here and pick up the 197 of Jeff Hogue. Car number 92 pulls off the track once again. Last night he finished in the top 5, and he's going back to the trailer once again. One of the Harry Horonis cars out here. So lots of racing action everywhere. Car number 32 down the front straightaway. That is Zane Goff. And here goes the 197 down the front straightaway. Jeff Hogue. He'll bring that car back to the pit area, and they'll get back to working after that car. Jamie Sonder, car number 996. His promoter from up in the Iowa area. He goes by in his green machine coming down here once again this year. It's always good to have him out here racing with us. Corey Neal, car number 007 goes by. Now we got a new driver driving 176. That's JD Nino. And they say that JD is going to bring this thing to the front. We're going to see what the 176 can do. He's hanging tough with Corey Neal as they go down the back straightaway. Corey Neal, he's a past champion out here in the Lone Star 600. And he had a chance last night. If he would have won last night and then come back and won this night, he would have won $35,000. Didn't happen, but hey, it was a good try. Car number 77 on the hook from the wrecker. That is Joseph Kesper out of Rowlett, Texas. Talked with them over there in the trailer today. Sucked up some of their air conditioning, man. I appreciated that. It was hot out here today. But I tell you what, over in the pit area, it was nothing but race field action as everybody was working. Got a little bit of debris come flying up here on the top of the track. It's all clean and green. Got car number 178, it looks like, is stopped over the top of turn number 4. We got a pile up. Ben Benjamin involved in car number 9. Manchester involved. Manchester in car number 9. Ben Benjamin in the 04 Flying Fedora. Chevy Cobalt, supercharged engine in this thing. You can run any kind of motor you want to out here. You can run a 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder. You can run whatever you bring. And I've talked to different people. The 92 car, it says just basically just a good old strong 350. Nothing really tough. Just designed to hold up for longevity. So now then, let me see here real quick. Talk with Cecil Long today. He's out of Dykes, Arkansas. Last night, he has got a Dodge Dakota. and I do not see his truck out there. Last night, he was racing, and early on in the race, he sucked up a piece of aluminum wrapped around his fan blade. Now, this is a piece of aluminum off somebody's car, wrapped around his fan blade, and that's what put him out. Let's see here. Car number 189 last night. He broke an alternator, a spindle, a ball joint, and plug wires. I mean, this is just kind of crazy what happened to some of these cars here that put them out from the going last night. Car number 25. Now, they've already gone to the trailer already. I asked him, I said, man, what'd you hurt last night? He said, it was just my feelings. Only his feelings got hurt, but hey, sometimes it happens. So, got our cars here all packed up here.
We're live and direct here from the press box.
We're on camera, man. I tell you what, how cool is this, man?
I love it. I think it's great.
You know the coolest thing is?
What's that?
Air conditioning.
I know. There's a little desk fan underneath here.
This is cool.
I'm just enjoying this breeze. Absolutely. No, this is great. It's a lot different, but it's a big departure from your regular Friday or Saturday night
My normal Saturday night finds me out there in the infield.
I was gonna say at Waco, I'm outside.
Yeah. So, but I love it. So it's cool. Lots of radio chatter going on here.
Yeah.
All right, so the track here, the way it is, it's kind of crazy. The track, you go uphill going down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Then the back straightaway, turn number 3 and 4, down the back straightaway is actually level. But then if you've ever been to Six Flags and ridden a roller coaster, the last part where you got that
into
fast zip, that's exactly what you do. You probably drop 20 foot in elevation from the back straightaway where car number 333 is currently sitting at to the bottom of the turn over here. And then it gets narrow.
Yeah, the bottleneck right here, and the reason that we throw the red so quickly for something that may not get a red on the backstretch is because, right here, it is probably 60% of the width through the exit at turn 4 as it is the entrance of turn 3. So they may come into 3, 5 wide. They ain't coming off of 4 that wide. It's not going to happen. So if we've got cars stopped at the bottom and then there's a group of 3 or 4 wide coming at them, we've got to throw the red. We've got to get the racing stopped and get that incident cleared up. Now you see the red yellow back on the light stands right now, and that means we're about to go green. So the 183 here with the right rear flat trying to hustle back to the pit area as quickly as possible so we don't miss that many laps because we are about to go back green flag here in just a second. We've got other cars moving off the racetrack. There's Manchester, our 401 machine. And Mr. Manchester's had a rough weekend. He's had a rough one.
Hey, they are selling 50-50 tickets down there.
Yes.
I'm not sure what the 50-50 is going to, but half of it's going to you, and I'm sure whatever the other half is going for, it's a good cause. Let's try to blow it out, man. We've got a big crowd here tonight.
Yeah.
We have got a great-looking crowd. We really do.
We really do.
I wish it was even bigger, but hey, next year is going to be bigger.
That's
Here we go,
right,
back to
that's
racing
right.
the Lone Star 600.
One more time, the green flag comes back out. Had a visitor up here, Mr. Cole Gosdell, came up to see us, and I got that Steve. Now that last couple weeks ago, I was at RPM Speedway for the Brian Miles Memorial. Cole's 10 years old, and he called a race with me, and he's coming for my job. I just feel it. He's going to be there in a little bit. He's coming after me, so I got to keep one eye over my shoulder now. But no, Cole and his mom, Christy, and his dad, Donnie, they're great people. They race them. Donnie's, I believe it's his brother or cousin that races factory stock. So Chris Davis drives the 98 factory stock in this area, one of the best factory stock races around, no doubt. So great racing family. Just love those folks to death, and it's good to see Cole up around the racetrack.
Up and around. Big bang over here in turn number 2.
Getting crazy over there.
701's involved.
And looks like
the
the
Baby
701
Shark
going to
car
come to a stop.
And the 55 car, and they all kept on going. And Howard Willis is off the track once again. He's trying to work his way back to the track, car number 23. And we got a car spun on the back straightaway. Oh, Tim Van Gotten, car number 73, around the back straightaway.
Not good. Van Gotten was one of those cars up there at the top as well.
He was.
Yeah.
Hey, man, let me tell you where I went to today. I went to Hobby Lobby for Men. I went to Smiley's, man. That has got to be the coolest place in the world. I didn't know that they sold parts like that. I thought it was just a magazine, you know.
No, sir.
They had stacks of sprint car bumpers. I did not know that you could buy this kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
You know? Man, if it's a good thing, there's a reason why my wife does not allow me to have a credit card, and I get a weekly allowance because I could not believe the stuff they had in there. It was just absolutely amazing.
I also saw your live video from the slot car drag strip. That was cool. Now
I just happened to find that on my own. You know?
Those were the actual mile per hour readings on there, and they were 50 miles an hour for some of those things. Man, that was insane.
It was crazy, and they had that. And then for lunch, my wife said, "What do you want to eat?" I said, "I want to go eat at Gas Monkey Garage." We went and ate at Gas Monkey Garage.
There you go.
And I tell you what, I thought it was going to be, it's going to be good. It was great.
Yeah?
It really, really
That's
was
awesome.
great. You know, so, man, I tell you what, I come up here for the Lone Star 600. I get to do some really cool things while I'm here. And, but like I said, going to Smiley's today, it was just unreal. The stuff they have
No,
in there.
that place is. I like Hobby Lobby for men. I love it. It's absolutely insane to just see stacks and stacks and stacks of any kind of race car part you could want or think about. Even they've got it.
I'm used to going to O'Reilly where they have a section about this big. It's like, well,
yeah,
we've got a K&N air filter that's just a 1974 Mustang.
Woo!
Or we can order you something.
Yeah.
Like,
about 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
It's a geographical anomaly.
Yeah.
2 weeks from everywhere.
So we're back to race. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there.
No, that's awesome.
Man, it was just crazy.
How was the crowd there? Big crowd at Smiley's?
It was a big crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, they had grocery buggies. They
Oh,
had
that's
people
awesome.
pushing grocery buggies around there full of sprint car parts. I'm like,
Of course.
Oh, my goodness.
Of course.
So, anyway.
Devin Smith, our unofficial, I would say, race leader at this point. Of course, last lap check he was. It's impossible for me to know right now, for us to know what's going on exactly with the 81 machine, but Devin hasn't slowed down at all.
All right, look at Scott Stewart just ahead of him, car number 84. This ought to be able to way to kind of pace and see who's going faster. The 84 car with the upside-down pirate flag or the 74 and the 81. So these are two fast hot rods out here, and we're going to see which of the two. I think Devin Smith's catching him. Man, that orange wheel when he went in there is an orange chrome. And when he went, I thought the wheel was on fire. Watch it right there. It looks like he's on fire.
It does.
He's
Just
good.
the way that car, the way that it shines off the chrome, absolutely. I tell you what, folks, we're watching the 81. You hear us talk about Devin a lot. You're going to hear it a lot more this evening because Devin has the best chance, I think, at making it happen and picking up both nights of the deal. Now, here's something that I did not know, Steve. If Devin wins this race tonight and picks up the $25,000, his car goes to auction. Yep. Devin will not have that race car next year at the Lone Star 600. Or in theory, that car goes to auction. If Devin puts it together and gets both nights, that car will be up for auction to the highest bidder this evening.
And there's some kind of rule on the engine. If he wins the $5,000 along with the other 10, I'm not sure. I'd have to. I heard part of it, but something about he could actually lose the motor as well, or the motor if he's I don't know. It's crazy.
If he's the highest average, because that's another. The highest average finisher gets another $5,000 bonus.
But
correct?
Here's the deal. Brad's not going to keep that money. Brad's going to take that money. Brad and Jack, they're going to take that money and divide it down through the field.
Absolutely.
And give it to the drivers.
Absolutely.
So it's not like they're trying to pocket some money.
No. Oh, Steve, we got one hard into the wall. That's the N8 car. I don't know if we're going to go
We got
red.
one backwards. I'm sure we're going red
We
now.
may get a red here, yeah, with that car turned around.
Yeah.
That driver went for a ride.
And he's rolling already. He stopped. He was the one they stopped for, and now he's going to roll. All right, so the 43 car, that is the Baby Shark car. Hey, is anybody to lap 80 yet? Oh, how about 100? Lap 100? Nope. Lap 90. Lap 85. There we're at. All right, how about lap 87?
So 2 cars on lap 87, the 81 and the 62. Looks like the 333. Are you on lap 87? So 333 also on lap 87. So 3 cars. Anybody on 80? Show me 86. 86, put them back up. Hold those signs up right there, scores. 851, 81, 62, 66, 333, 534, 40, 406 126 9 140. 9, can you put your sign down, please? And the 10 car. Thank you, scorers. I appreciate it. And 40 as well on lap 86. Thank you so much, scorers. We appreciate it. Really crazy to see that many cars be on the same lap together and that many cars be within 2 laps of one another.
And right now, we are 56 minutes into this race.
That is nuts. That is absolutely insane.
So right now, it's going really good, fast-paced racing. Benjamin's got a flat on the right front, it looks like. Does that look like?
Yes, that is a flat right front, absolutely.
So
and you see him struggling there, Steve, with that front-wheel drive.
Take off in the 38 here.
Oh!
Yeah, they get him going there.
Oh, boy.
Hey, look who's back. The 401's back.
401, Doug Manchester, back on the racetrack.
Let me tell you what he did. All he did was drain the oil and put it back out here.
Oh, my God.
Put some fresh plug wires on there, too, because they kind of burned up. But that motor, the block, the engine block was glowing, not the headers, the
Checkers
block.
or wreckers, man. Checkers or wreckers. That's where Doug's at tonight. That is insane.
Benjamin has stopped on the back straightaway in car number 04. He's got a flat on the right front. And with the front-wheel drive car, that's not good. So he's got to work his way to the top of the track to try to get that tire changed.
Yeah, you saw on the restart there, we had him right here in front of us when he tried to get it going. It really broke those front tires loose, and you're exactly right. The front-wheel drivetrain on that thing, especially with those $1,000 half shafts for that supercharged Cobalt engine, yeah, that's important. You need that right front shoe there.
All right, car number 84 goes by there, speaking of Smileys. And let's see here. That car is always a good-looking car. Tom Lorenz out of Mesquite, Texas. Down the back straightaway.
That is
his home
Mr.
track.
Yeah, that is Mr. Smiley's. Tom Lorenz is the owner of Smiley's Racing Parts right now.
Man, it looked to me like, and I'm not positive, but it looked like they had rental spots over there where you could rent and store and keep your car in garage areas. I'm not sure
I wouldn't be
that's how it
surprised.
was.
I would not be surprised. Looks like your Cadillac stopped at the top of turn number 3 there, Mr. That's the 32.
Golf.
Yep.
And that is a, what do we call that? A Cadillac SSC.
It's got a North Star engine in it. I believe it's an STS is what that car came in.
All right, so we're starting to get close to 100 laps in here. So 100 laps, that means we're going to be 1/3 of the way through this race here. And the pace is really good like it was last night. And the Carnage, it's there, but it gets cleaned off.
It's been less than we had last night. I dare say the pace is even quicker. I mean, we're barely an hour into this deal, and we're approaching 100 laps very, very quickly. So I'm really impressed with the pace. I'm really impressed with the driving that we've seen. It is absolutely wild to me that this many cars can start at the same time and keep this kind of race going.
James Reedus in car number 534.
Oh, Steve, we've got 2 of them around.
Right in front of the wrecker.
The 32 machine was trying to make his way into the pit area, and Manchester got into the back of it there because Doug had nowhere to go, and then the other cars behind him just kind of piled up after that.
And we're still green flag racing.
Oh, yeah,
though.
we're not stopping. Nobody's in the racetrack. We ain't stopping just yet.
So the push truck, he makes it through clear here.
82 of Jeremy Oliver going to make his way off the racetrack. He's got a flat right rear.
Jack Barfield Jr. car looks like he's holding the American flag out the side of his car there. That's pretty cool. The angle he's got that flag mounted at.
It does look like it's coming out of the window.
Hey, he's just one-arming it out there at 80 miles an hour.
You know, I watched a race. I was a kid. This was several years ago. Oh, we've got 2 around over the top of turn number 3. We've got one way out there in no man's land as well. Gets it back going. That's James Reedus. That was Reedus, Steve, in the 534. He was one of our top 10 cars last night.
Todd Manchester, car number 9. He was up there with them as well, wasn't he?
I believe so. We've got two really fast cars from last night up there tangled up at the top of turn number 3. Looks like both of those guys get rolling. I believe the car still stopped. Let me see if I can find it here with my long-distance seeing glasses. That is the 178. Stopped at the top of turn number 3. That car driven by, you had that name.
Which yet?
178? Doesn't look like we do.
I have a 178.
So driver X stopped in the 178 machine at the top of turn number 3. That car facing the wrong direction and hasn't moved in about 3 laps. So we'll see what happens here.
8:25 just went by, and that is the first time I have seen Eric Brooks all weekend on the racetrack. Car number 825.
I see there on the inside of turn 2, yeah.
I've never even seen that car out here all weekend. I haven't seen him in the pit area. Now this is 400 laps in a racing, and that's the first time I've seen the car. You know? That's because we got so many cars out here.
So much happening. There goes Eric Thorne in the 260. Now that machine was nearly destroyed last night in a huge pileup on the front straightaway. Eric races, I believe, at 105 Speedway, a little bit of modified. I've seen him at several different. He was at TMS with us a couple of weeks ago. So Eric, a very successful racer in the 260 machine, out here having fun with us at the Lone Star 600.
Jeff Allgaier, car number 11. He's got a fast-paced car, the black and silver car, coming out of turn number 3 right now. Into 4.
Yep.
Watch how fast this car is. He's picking them up and passing them up all the way around the track.
That's another one of those, man, that just looks like a full-blown race car from the racetrack. I see Wheeler Metals on the side there sponsoring that machine. Chad Wheeler, owner of Wheeler Metals, also builds WR1 iRacing sim chassis. So some pretty cool stuff coming out of the Wheeler Metals race shop.
And I believe that's probably an express chassis because I know he's always doing a lot of stuff with Shane Hebert out of Scott, Louisiana.
Yeah,
Shane is a really tough competitor.
Yeah, Shane builds a fast race car too.
Shane, I thought was going to be here tonight, this weekend. I don't know what happened.
There's our unofficial race leader, Devin Smith. Look at the move, Steve, on the very bottom of turn number 3. He's being incredibly aggressive here for the first 100 laps or so. He is trying to make up as much time as possible, and it's sort of working and sort of not. You saw how many cars we had within 2 laps of one another at our lap 86 lap count.
And look at his buddy right ahead of him. That's one of the hog farmers.
Them Iowa boys are quick in these races, man. They don't come to play. They come to win.
They build pigs, and they build fast race cars.
That's it. That's it.
So here they come down the front straightaway side by side. Our Iowa guy, the Iowa connection. Heck, even 3 of them, the 145 car.
Yeah.
They're all three parked together, and they're all 3 raced together, which means that if something happens, they're all going to crash together.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
not good.
Absolutely.
Spread out, guys. Spread it out. We got to pile up over in turn number 2, and it's going to be a cleanup. Everybody goes on through there.
Looks like we got the 178 refired. That car had been there for at least 10 laps at the top of turn 3. The push truck gets it cleared up. Man, the 66 machine. Who is in that car? That is Mike Von Drack.
And he's running right there with the 81 car of Devin Smith. Right now, they're just bunched up because it's all fast cars in that same area. Here they go.
That's
4 wide into turn number 3 through the roller coaster. Here they come out of turn number 4.
That is absolutely
man.
insane. They go 3 wide down the front stretch into turn number 1.
And 26 is no slouch.
No, that's Jeffrey Abbey there in the pickup truck in that 126 machine. You're exactly right. No slouch at all. But those 2 guys just blowing by him like he's on block, Steve. The speed is incredible.
Man, I tell you, it's Devin Smith. He's pushing it hard. That's what it takes. But, man, at some point you want to kind of back out.
This as a race car driver has got to be simultaneously the most fun and most frustrating thing you do in your season. Like, it's got to be such a blast to always be in traffic, but then you're always like, just get out of the way. I'm faster. Let me through.
I went and drove go-karts down in Biloxi at fast lane cars.
Yes, yes.
They're 50-mile-an-hour go-karts.
Yes.
And they're the fastest carts on the Gulf Coast. And at the end of 15 laps, I was wore out. The adrenaline was so high,
yeah.
you know? I can't imagine what these guys are doing for 3 hours out here.
Absolutely not. This is just a testament. It's a test for both driver and the race car. Absolutely, 100% correct. Because, I mean, I've done K1 before as well, gone to some of those, indoor go-kart tracks and raced. K1 has electric carts. I think they do about 40, 45 miles an hour. And I've done 3 races in a row, and you're beat. My arms are sore. My body's sore. I'm just tired completely. I cannot imagine what it's like doing this for 3 hours. We were on the racetrack last night for over 3 hours to get this done. I cannot imagine the condition of these race car drivers.
Tommy Gurriel down the front straightaway in car number 01. Look at that roof.
That
He's
roof.
waving at you.
I'm surprised it's still there, but yeah, it's getting worse every time they go by.
I think the oil from the 534 might be kind of help hold it down there because as they go off into turn number 1 and 2, the 534 just throws all kinds of oil up on him.
You think maybe at our midway break here in a little bit that Reedus is going to check the oil level and maybe add a quarter 4?
Yeah. Yeah, there is no
Forgot
midway
about the
break.
midway break. I forgot that not happening tonight.
It's on like a chicken
My
bone
mistake.
tonight, man. So last night we had a midway break.
So
This
Reedus
allowed
better
to-
hope there's an extra quarter 4 in that engine right now.
Last night we stopped at midway, or just short of midway, to allow the drivers to get some hydration, allow them to put some more oil in the car, put some more fuel in the car. Tonight you're on your own. We're not going to do that. We're going to go as fast as we can. Last night we shut down the racetrack for probably about 10 minutes. So we're going to get this thing here even faster in than that tonight.
Looks like the 881 off the racetrack there in the infield. That was one of the cars out of Corpus Christi as well. Forget who was driving that car. I remember the name. Or recognize the name. Bobby Jack owns, one of the owners of that car, one of the big supporters of South Texas Racing as well. Bobby and his wife Karen with Two Jacks Racing is absolutely awesome what they do for us at South Texas Speedway every year, and racing really in general in South Texas. I really enjoy having them along. It's really cool to see them fielding some cars for this race. Boy, there was a big lull right there. And look who's in front of it.
Yep, that's it. That's what I was thinking. We'll see how long it's going to take for Devin Smith in car number 81 with that golden wheel on the front of the 81 car to catch back up, and he should be back into traffic here really quick. So this is one of the coolest forms of racing you can have. I mean, you're going to put
I think so.
You're going to put a half a season of racing right here on your car
Yeah, no
in
doubt.
one night. You know, I preach about this just about daily to somebody. I talk about the Lone Star 600. I'm just so excited to just be a part of this
we got one
here.
around there, Steve, at the top of turn 1.
He's from Arizona. Whoa, we got a car from Iowa. He's going up and out of the track.
That was a hasty exit. That's the 145 there, Steve.
Yep, car number 800. He's out of Apache Junction. Let's see here. Where is he at? That's Corey Parent. He's out of Apache Junction.
Let's see where
Arizona.
Apache Junction, Arizona is.
I asked him if it's a friendly place. It just sounds like you get shot with an arrow, man.
Apache Junction, Arizona.
The 192 car. He has decided to jack the wing up on his car. Car number 192 is driven by Brian Blessington, and he's the pig farmer out of Breda, Iowa.
Steve, Apache Junction, Arizona is 1,022 miles, a drive time, according to Google Maps, of 15 hours and
How long does it
14
take to walk?
minutes. How long does it take to walk? 14 days.
14 days.
14
to
days.
walk there.
Yeah.
So, man. I don't know. 14 days.
Looks like it's
we
on
get a
the,
big pileup in turn number 2 between car number 571, and they're both going to get to the infield. Got some fire, but it's just from the loaded up being under the. No, we got some fire.
That's
a
pretty good fire there.
That's not loaded up there. We got
Gonna have a red
fire.
flag.
Got a fire over here in turn number 2.
Yep.
And yep, it's starting to blazing pretty good. Need to get the driver out of there.
Fire crews are en route. They are rolling right now to the bottom of turn 2. Real quick scores. Can we get a lap? Anybody at lap 160 or 150 or 140 or 130? Well, I got overestimated. Or 120, 110. Hey, how about 115? Anybody at 116, 117, 118? Right there. Let's hold it right there. 118, 81, 62, and 333. Are any of you three on 119? So 2 cars on lap 119, 81, and 62. Both on the same lap. Thank you, scores. That's where we're at right now. 119, 81, and 62. The 81 is last night's winner. That's Devin Smith.
Robert High in car number 333.
In the 333, and then the 62 is Andy Beckman. Yes, Andy
Beckman. He's got that crazy looking blue
Yep,
car.
yep. Car's
Andy
been
is on the
quick.
back straightaway right now.
So Andy's on the backstretch. Where is Devin Smith? Devin Smith,
yellow and
right
black
here
car.
at the bottom of turn number 4.
All right, and where is the 333 at?
333 looks to, I believe that's him at the entrance of turn 4, I think. No, over at the bottom of turn number 2. So there's the 333.
Yeah. You remember last night, he was in the wrong spot at
A
every
couple of times, yeah.
And if you look at that rear quarter panel, I think he's been in the wrong spot at least once tonight.
At least once, yeah. Someone's gotten
Because
into that right rear.
I don't think it was
Or
tore
the
up
left
that way
rear.
a while ago.
What lap was that? 119?
Yeah, 119.
Yeah, I'd love a bottle of water if they've got some back there. Thank you, sir. So 119. We're blowing through it tonight, man. We're an hour and 10 minutes in.
Hour and 10 minutes into the Lone Star 600 for 2019, night number 2. This is a great show, man. I tell you what. Jack Barfield Jr., car number 115 here on the front straightaway. Our friend from Apache Junction, Arizona, car number 800.
Yep.
14 days to walk here if he was walking. Car number 176, that's a new driver. They had a driver changing that. That is J.D. Nino in car number 176. Driving car number 21 right in front of you. We're going to try to find him. That is Joel Merles in car number 21. So, got a lot of racing cars still to go out here, and man, it's only going to get better. Got everybody back just about. Got red, yellow. That means we should be going racing any second.
In just a
as soon
moment.
as the push truck gets through pushing his car here off the track.
Steve, you know who I don't see is the 121, the station wagon, the Nomad.
He left out of here way early.
I saw that he left last night, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
He had some problems last night with the computer that runs the fuel injection.
Okay.
The old computer, you know, the old Holly carburetor still working, but the computer on the fuel injection, that'll get you every time. And Jack Barfield Jr. is not rolling in car number 115 on the front straightaway.
And that is a
good
bad spot to be stopped. You're exactly
Here he
right,
goes.
Steve.
He
Gets it
finally
fired
gets it
back
rolling.
up. Boy.
All right.
That's probably the worst spot to not restart right there. If you're stopped there and you're dead in the water, that's not a great place to be.
So Andy Beckman, car number 62, he was the winner up there at the Bullseye 300 in Oklahoma. That was about a year ago, and he's always a tough competitor anytime he goes on the track.
So it looks like Devin Smith has already completed that next lap. He's over here in turn 2. I'm trying to see if Beckman can close that gap because they were on the same lap. So Devin Smith in the 81 coming into turn number 3 right now, and Andy Beckman coming off of turn 2. Steve, we got about a half a lap roughly between those guys. I'm trying to see if that gap is shrinking or growing.
Robert High in car number 333, he was the other one that's up there.
Yes.
Now he, man, I tell you, last night he was just in a bad spot every time he turned around. But he's trying to run that bottom line just like Devin Smith now.
Yeah, Robert had a lot of wrong place at the wrong time moments last night, and it just didn't work out for him. So good. It's good to see him having a little bit of redemption here and being so close to the front tonight, Steve. Good run for the 333 machine.
You know, I feel bad about some of these cars that I just absolutely skip. Car number 41, not trying to skip anybody. David Mcguire out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Got him a big old, I would say that is a Malibu, I believe. Car number 41.
That looks about
coming down
right.
the front straightaway.
Yeah.
And, you know, it takes every car out here to put on a great show, and we have got a ton of cars out here with us. Car number 05 goes by, that's Charlie Goodnight. He's out of Hallsburg, Texas, sponsored by Scott Strobel.
I see Ben Benjamin back out on the racetrack, got a new right front shoe. The old HHR is trying to get it done, making some laps. Ben was in the top 25 last night.
26th.
Oh, that's right outside of the top 25 last night. Just one spot. That's right. Alan Lindo was our 25th finisher last evening,
and I have not seen Alan back out here.
He left early too, like 2 or 3 laps into this thing, and unfortunately, Alan not back on the racetrack at this point.
Jeff Frederick down the front straightaway in car number 183. He is out of Cleghorn, Iowa, sponsored by Frederick Weldon. And let's see, Josh's Food Services.
Let's see where Cleghorn is. Cleghorn, Iowa. There we go.
So I wish old Rocket Rick could still be out here racing with us out of Fairview, Florida.
Yes,
but
that was another 1,200-mile tow.
I think he's
Rick.
through. Turn number 825 is loose down the front straightaway all by himself, and he gets it reeled back in. He'll continue on.
Cleghorn, Iowa, up by the Sioux City area, 809 miles.
Man. And you know the sad thing about it? There is not a single Buc-ee's up there by that place. I could not imagine traveling without a Buc-ee's within 100 miles of you.
I remember one of the first trips down to Texas after my wife and I got together. Oh, wow, there's a tire rolling down the back straightaway.
That
looks
is
like it's off the 96. Yeah. Oh, somebody just ran over it.
And the tire is going to roll to the infield.
Someone else is going to run over it.
It's to the infield. It's good. It's
Wow.
safe now. It's safe.
But now I remember seeing Buc-ee's for the first time, Steve, and I didn't know what it was. I had no clue that somewhere could have that many gas pumps and that many different flavors of jerky when I walked inside. I was amazed.
We got to pile up over in turn number 2. Got one car sitting the wrong direction. Now you're probably wondering, how do these guys? They have one spotter up here in the tower, and he's keeping. Oh, we got a bunch of them around.
Oh, wow.
This is going to bring out the red, I'm pretty sure. We got 2 cars. Yep, red light, red light.
So that is the 24 stopped. Looks like the 10 car of Don Painter getting pointed back in the right direction. I cannot see the number on the full-bodied car that stopped down there. There's actually one off the racetrack as well, up at the top of turn number 2. Looks like the other one was the 113.
Real quick, anybody to lap 130 yet? 130. 81
That is
on lap 130.
Only car on the
129. 62. How about 128? 333. So a lap apart for all 3 of these cars.
3 cars within 3 laps of one another.
So the way it works here, as up here in the scoring tower, we have no clue, and there are no transponders on these cars because sometimes transponders don't work.
Yep.
So we've got something even better, a personal spotter to spot the car to make sure that's correct, and it's looking good right now.
So almost to the halfway mark. We are 1 hour and 18 minutes, according to my clock, into this thing. We're keeping pretty good pace, Steve.
We've already got 130 laps in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go to the races at 8:30, they haven't even packed the track yet.
Yeah, we're almost halfway done.
This race starts at 7 o'clock. I tell you what, I was out there. I went out there trying to, I started at the front just trying to talk to the drivers, and I knew that I was getting out of time, but I didn't know where I was at. And about this time, I felt somebody in a pink shirt reach up and tap me on the shoulder saying, "Hey, it's time to go." I said, "Yes, sir." And that's what I like about Brad. Hey, man, he wants it done, but we're going to do everything we can. I could have talked for an hour to these people, and hey, I was having a good time.
Absolutely.
I was having a blast. But,
Absolutely.
You got to get rolling, and it's 7 o'clock. It's time to go racing. So, that's just the way it is. Sorry to the guys in the back that I didn't get a chance to talk to you. Next time, park close to the front, I guess.
There you go. Get out of here quick. So the 881 was that car that ran over the tire. That's one of Bobby Jack's race cars. That was a wild ride. That was the only one that I think ran over the tire that came off of the 96 machine.
And I see the 00 about to get the plunge. The 00 goes into the bucket, and that means that Matthew Hawkins out of Elgin, Texas, has officially pulled themselves out of this event.
Yeah, once they're in the bucket, once they're in that kitty litter box, they are done.
Green flags in the air. Here we go. Back to racing once again. Hopefully everybody's going to take off. We'll kind of watch around the track, see who's not going.
The
Everybody's
10 car,
rolling.
Don Painter, stopped
Don
in the middle
Painter.
of 1 and 2. Looks like everybody else got refired there, Steve, but that is a precarious position to be dead in the water in the middle of turns 1 and 2.
James Reedus goes smoking by him in car number 534. Smoking by him.
Hey, look at the wing angle on our 92 there, Steve. That's Brian Blessington.
Is
We've
he
got
up or down?
some attitude in
Where's
there
he
now.
at?
Coming off of turn number 4.
We got a red flag again here. Not seeing what for just yet.
I think it's because of the 10 car.
No, I think it's a 42 that they're checking on him over here.
Oh, gotcha.
Car number that is a Smiley's car. Car number 84.
Yeah, that's Tom Lorenz, but I don't see that car
No,
over
that's
there.
a 10 car
that's
over
the
there.
10 car, Brad.
Don Painter. Now Don did not take off a while ago.
No, Don sat there for about 3 laps.
Yeah, the Smiley's car is over here in turn number 2.
Turn 3, yeah.
Yeah, 3. I lose my numbers sometimes. You know what I was having a hard time finding out there a while ago? Was an LSU fan. There are no LSU fans here for some reason. Man.
I think you might be in the wrong part of Louisiana for that one there, Steve.
Yes, sir. Yep. I wouldn't even ask if there was any Saints fans here because I didn't think there would be.
I think you know better than that.
Oh, look at this. My race truck
hey.
fan. Push truck man. He must be from Louisiana. Watch your long song. I got you. All right, man. So it's always good to find some of my Louisiana buddies over here.
Oh, man.
So I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana, the home of no racing at all. I tell you what, it is terrible. We don't have nothing.
The home of no racing.
We do not know what racing is in Louisiana. I wish we could clone this track and bring it to Louisiana, man. So I got a 2-hour drive anywhere I go if I want to see any kind of racing.
Yeah, the closest track to my house is about 45 minutes. Be Cotton Bowl Speedway, the closest place to my home. That's a whole different world from where I grew up in Arkansas. I was within 100 miles of 7 different racetracks. I could go on a Friday night, on a Saturday night. I had 2 tracks within a half an hour of my house where I went to college. It was absolutely insane. That was the biggest change for me moving to Texas, was driving 100 miles to the racetrack.
All right, we got one not going over here in turn number. It's Jack Barfield
That
Jr.
is Jack Barfield Jr., and he is right down to the bottom
There
of
he
the racetrack.
goes. There he goes. He's up and running. So everybody's back to running except for the 9 car of Manchester, but he's on the infield, so it's good. He's going to keep on going.
Yeah, no harm, no foul at that point. The 9 car off the racetrack, so we are good to go.
Car number 851, that is Dustin Smith. Now, he's a pig man as well. Car number 851 down the back straightaway. Look how fast that car is going.
That car was in a really bad accident last night. That was one of the cars that was in that big tangle up down here on the front straightaway, so good to see it back on the racetrack tonight.
All right, so the 851 trying to run down the 66. The 66 a while ago was running just as fast as last night's feature winner.
And there was Andy Beckman in the 62 car, 1 lap behind your unofficial race leader. There's your race leader right there, Devin Smith. Down the front straightaway, Devin with I still think the best shot, Steve, as we approach the halfway mark of getting it done and being the first person to double up here at the Lone Star 600.
Now, for people watching this at home that have never been here, so you keep saying unofficial. Why do you mean unofficial?
Because we don't know for sure. There's no transponders. There's no really good way of knowing who's out in front, and it won't be decided until the race is over. We've got scorecards up here. We got a camera that's pointed dead at that time clock on the flag stand. We're going to compare the scorecards to the flag stand. Then and only then will the race be official.
Car number 331, that is Jamie Matheny. He's out of Des Moines, Iowa. And he is driving an old school Camaro, leaf spring car. And, you know, that's what's cool about this thing is you can bring anything you want out here and race it.
Yes, it may be one of those cars it's old, it's worn out, it's not competitive anymore on the racetrack, although I got some folks back home in Arkansas that would tell you a leaf spring Camaro can still win races because that was the car to have when I was still at home. A lot of leaf spring Camaros winning a lot of races back in Arkansas. I'm sure that there's still a couple of them that stick to it. But, no, what I was going to say was that's another great thing about this race is that you got a car that isn't competitive anymore. It's been in the weeds. Drag it out. Throw an old truck motor or something in it. Get out here and get on the racetrack. It gives those cars a second chance at racing, really.
You know, thanks to dirt track racers, they have pretty much destroyed the cars that are cool now.
Yeah, yeah.
You start back in the 50s, you had the coupes. They
Bel
bought
Airs,
those out.
Yep.
Then the 60s, they used up the 55 Chevys. They're gone. Then the 60s, well, the 70s, they used up the 60 model Malibus.
Yep.
They were gone. And then in the 80s, that's when they was really into the Camaros.
Yep.
You know, they're gone.
Yep.
Well, now, guess what? We're wiping out the last of the rear-wheel drive cars. I don't know what dirt car is going to become in the next 10 years.
You know, I've had this discussion with several people, Stephen. It's even the components that we use, the small block Chevrolets that are in most of these. Oh, we've got one that's gone right here on the front stretch. That car is done, and I think that might be Jack Barfield.
We got a tire we got a monster truck tire in the middle of the track out here. So the track has become an obstacle, and that will be a red flag.
We are going to have to get a red. That is Jack Barfield Jr. stopped in the 115. I think that car's done there, Steve. It just let go. You can see the oil here starting at the flag stand and all the way down the racetrack. But no, I agree. The racing is going to change drastically here in the next 10 years, and I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, the 115, that is Jack Barfield Jr. Stopped at the bottom of turn number 1. Yeah, he's going to need a push at least. I don't know if it was the rear end that locked up or if it was the engine that let go, but
Jay Miller, car number 34. Now, check this out. First time I've noticed this. He's got a wing on the top of his car, but it's a front sprint car wing. That is the all right. That's how much of a budget he's on.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Now, he is a fire alarm technician out of Terrell, Texas. That is the first. We're at 40 laps, and that's the first time I've noticed the wing on the 34 car here. So that would be the sprint car nose wing, of which, by the way, at Smiley's today, they had a rack of sprint car nose rings.
Yes, sir. You know it. You know it.
Who would have thought? So they pushed Jack Barfield Jr., car number 115, back to his trailer, and with that big line of oil down the front straightaway, he's
several
probably
cars leaving the racetrack. One of them was the 62 of Andy Beckman.
That's not good.
No,
Beckman
it's not.
was in the number 2 spot.
Yeah. So Beckman leaving just as we go green. He's going to fall back a little bit here, Steve. And you know when he gets back out on the racetrack, he can make some laps up. One of the faster cars here, but he's going to really have to push to make up the ground that he's losing right now.
Now, Beckman is pitted all the way back. You can see his car going down through the pit area right now, the shiny blue. He's pitted right there. So we'll be able to kind of see when he comes back how long it's going to take, see what's going to happen on the car, if they're going to jack it up. I've always wondered how many crew they have actually over there working on these cars here.
Them Iowa boys got a big old family of them back there wrenching on these cars, Steven. So there's Devin Smith. So that's one lap completed that Beckman has just lost. I'm anxious to see how many laps Devin completes with Beckman still being in the pit area. And that also is a lucky break for our 333 machine, and Mr. Robert High is making up laps now on Beckman. Right. Remember, they were only 1 lap apart apiece. Now here comes Smith again. Beckman still stopped, so that's 2 laps right there.
All right, so communication to the drivers. The only communication they are allowed to have is from the tower, and that's a receiver. And so we've got a man up here. He's constantly telling them there's a drive shaft on the track. There's telling them that, there's a fire or whatever. And you're not allowed to text from the area to your driver in any way.
We had some issues with that the last couple of years.
The reason for that, let's say like you got 6 cars out there as part of a team, and you've got 1 car that's a leader. Well, you could send car number 5 over here and take out car number whatever.
Absolutely.
So, not saying that anybody was doing that.
But somebody was probably doing that.
Yeah. This is racing. This is not championship wrestling. So, we got to keep it as honest as possible.
That's 4 laps with Devin Smith on the racetrack and Andy Beckman in the pit area.
Yeah, still see that blue wing over there, and that car has not moved yet.
No. So 4 laps down for Beckman, was running in second spot at our last lap check.
How cool is that? We can see the wing. He is parked on pit road.
That is pretty cool.
And we can still see the wing. And they're coming off of turn number 4, 4 and 5 wide.
That is
We
absolutely
are
insane.
140 laps into this.
Oh, boy.
Blessington in car number
Blessington,
192 bumps up with a number 05 car.
That's the second time that Brian's been on someone's nose this evening and not been on purpose.
And Howard Willis is parked in the pit area. In fact, Howard Willis is standing behind the car.
Yeah, that's
in car number 23.
That's it. That's done. That's unfortunate because Howard's always one to watch in this race to get it done.
comes,
So that's
Beckman.
that's
Beckman to the
6
track.
laps. Devin Smith completed 6 laps before Beckman came back out on the racetrack. I don't know if it was maybe a fuel stop. They don't get one tonight, Steve. And you know, we talked to someone last night. The driver you spoke with on the front straightaway had a 30-gallon fuel cell. Not everybody's got one that big, and there's no fuel stop.
Right. Tonight it's on. I mean, just flat out racing. If you need some Powerade, you better bring it with you. And speaking of that, I was talking with Zane Goff last night. He's the one who's driving a Cadillac.
Yeah.
He actually had about a 3-gallon Igloo cooler inside the car with a straw.
There
So,
you go.
hey,
There you go.
Take care of all you can. And I think one of the best things they could do is, I mean, last night after I was talking to the drivers on this front straightaway, a lot of them had towels, to
Yes.
keep the
Keep
dirt
the
and
dust down. Yep.
The 92 car had a brand new K&N filter. Now, a K&N filter should last you a long time because you
they
can
they
beat
got
them out.
lifetime warranties on those.
Well, they used up the life on that one there. It was caked full of mud. I don't know if they're going to be able to wash
insane.
it back out.
That is insane. Yeah, those have like a 1,000,000-mile warranty on them, I believe, from off the
they
shelf.
put 1,000,000 miles on it last night because they actually went back and put a double stack. So
Oh, wow.
It's not going to be as good, and I don't even see the 92. Oh, look at this cluster. There he
There's
is
the
right
92
there.
right there.
Now, you see, they put a new air cleaner on there. They actually had to cut a hole in the hood because the air cleaner is so much higher, which is going to allow even more dirt in there.
Exactly.
We got a car awful slow through turn number 2.
That's the 88 machine.
The 555 goes on the high side.
88 is Curtis Klein. So it's Curtis slow down the backstretch now. I think Curtis coming into turn number 3. Eric Thorne in the 260 machine also slow down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
You know, car 333, this is his first enduro he's ever run.
Really?
I think he's doing quite the job.
I think he's got it figured out tonight. Yeah, and again,
I don't think it's the first time he's ever driven a dirt car, but it's the first enduro he's ever run. And like I said last night, it was just in the wrong spot several times.
Not tonight, though. Robert High has been up towards the front. He was 2 laps behind our race leader at our last unofficial lap count. So he would have picked up at least a spot over Beckman with Beckman's departure.
Devin Smith, car number 81, continues to just make great laps, keeping that nose clean. That's what it's all about out here.
We've got to be getting close or maybe even surpass the 150 mark there, Steve. There's a 333 right there. I believe that's 150 for, and there's 851. I don't know which car was at, I don't know the 851 was there. Was that in our last lap count, 851?
I don't believe so, no.
So the 333 for sure. I'm thinking that might be 150. Okay. So the 333 was here on lap 128. That would have been lap 150 for that car. So we got to think that Devin Smith is at least on lap 152 or so. Here comes Smith, and there's Andy Beckman trying to make up some ground after being gone for about 6 laps.
I think Smith's going to run him down, though. I mean, Beckman's
definitely,
fast.
yeah. Smith working it on the bottom right here.
Got some slow cars they'll be running up onto in the middle of 3 and 4. Beckman trying to keep him to the rear bumper. He's going to try to keep all the laps he can. And Smith is going to put him another lap down as he comes around here.
Look at the speed out of the 81 machine, man. Smith is just keeping an absolute astounding pace. There's another car in the air for the number 1 machine.
And Beckman says, no, you're not putting me another lap down. I'm going to run back out in front of you.
And the 333 car, Robert Hyde just got one around.
In turn 4.
Let me see him get my goggles here. That is the 01. That's Tommy Garral.
That's the one we've been waiting on the roof to blow off all night.
Yep.
They go 5 wide down the front straightaway. Nothing special here. With Devin Smith, your leader, on the inside. We got a car spinning around
that's the 511.
And that was a car that wasn't here last night. He pulled in.
He's moving
tonight.
Gets it moving back underway off the top of turn number 2.
Jeremy Henry, and he's out of Sherman, Texas. That is a big old school
Yeah.
Pontiac Grand Prix.
Yeah, that's a big old girl right there. Absolutely astounding, the number of cars. So we got cards popping up still. I got to suspect that those are lap 150s as well, because the 92 car was in the top 3 last night. So I just saw the 92 card come up. Got to be getting at least 125 or 150 for most of these drivers.
Car number 600 just went by. That is Ron Neese out of Queen Creek, Arizona.
Queen Creek, Arizona.
Car number 600.
Let's see where that's at.
Do you know what I'm missing here this year is last year we had that little figure 8 car that came in here.
Yes.
That was a crazy looking machine.
I remember that car. It was orange. Yeah.
Really a crazy setup all the way around on him.
So Queen Creek, Arizona, 1,061 miles away.
Lots of smoke off of Aaron Allen in car number 71 Star. Looks like the car's starting to lay over pretty hard. Lots of smoke. I think it's out of the right rear tire. I don't know, maybe he's got a spring that's getting soft or something on that thing.
It is leaning over really hard on the right side, way harder than it was before for sure. We got one coming back on. That's the 3 car. Yep.
That is the hardest color combination to see.
It is. Devin Smith, man, picking him up and putting him down, still slicing his way through traffic. That might be a wheel bearing there, Steve. That's a lot of – no, that is tire smoke. I think it's got some body on it. I think we got a body leaning on that tire and rubbing. We'll see here in a little bit if the tire goes flat.
It won't take much longer to find on that one.
No.
Car number 92 right in front of the 333.
The 80 in car is slow on the inside, Steve. That was the cause for that ruckus.
And look who was right behind there, the 333, Mr. I'm going to be a magnet for anything that happens on the racetrack.
Hey, being very aggressive there is high in the 333 machine, trying to get around the 825 down to the bottom of turn number 3.
Got a car coming back on the track. I believe that's 283, I believe it is.
Let's see right here. That's that orange car coming around. That is the, 283, exactly. Nailed it.
283, that's Justin Frederick. And he's out of Marcus, Iowa, but no wing on his car.
Hey, you didn't get the memo.
Well, I talked to the 192 car.
Yeah.
And he told me that this is the first time he's ever tried the wing on there.
Well, how does he feel about it?
He likes it.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't sure. Now, that's the one that was telling me that it actually jacks up the temperature. And we have seen his wing go several different angles tonight during the race. He was at flat at one point, and now he's got it jacked way up.
He's got a lot of angle in that wing right now, so it's really going to put a lot of strain on the car, but it's got to help with the handling or he wouldn't have it that way.
Now, Andy Beckman in car number 62, when he comes back around here, if you'll look on the rear quarter panel, he has a spoiler on the back that it has an adjuster on it as well.
James Reedus around in turn number 4.
You'll see right here as he goes by here.
It does.
His rear spoiler.
I see the little adjuster there right in the middle. That is interesting.
Now, that's what's cool about just walking up there and looking at these cars completely over. You know, you'll find all kinds of things.
That's crazy. I think that's the only one of those that I've seen. Oh, and Tom Lorenz scatters a motor there, Steve. I saw parts flying out of that one. So Tom Lorenz going to be done in the 84 machine. That one's out. That's it right there.
Tough break for Tom. I tell you what, man. Beautiful shop he's got over there. If you're in the area, the Dallas area, you need to go and check that place out. Smiley's not smiling right now.
No, that is definitely a frown that has not going to turn upside down. I can guarantee that.
And speaking of smoke, the smoke's getting heavier coming off the 71 car of Aaron Allen. He goes down the back straightaway, and he's getting passed pretty frequently right now.
That may not be tire rub, Steve. I'm thinking if that was some tire rubbing, it'd be gone by now. We'll see if we can make it out a little bit better coming around the corner here. I don't know. It might be. Oh, there was a lick.
He got some rub from the 825. Yeah. Now, like I said, we didn't see the 825, I don't believe, at all last night. The advantage of that is you've got a car that has 300 miles less than a car that you're running against. And you've got just as good at taking home the $10,000 for tonight. You know, I guess that's smart. A lot of these cars changed out motors today.
Oh, I'd believe that. Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
You know, I've not seen out here in a while is a 73 car. Van Gotten. I have
You're
not
right.
seen him out here in
No.
a while. I just saw the 74 go by with his upside down pirate flag, but I do not see the FAA
You're right,
approved
Steve.
windsock.
You're exactly right.
Another car that has not come back out. He came out here for a while.
Yeah,
but that's Paul White. Paul White. has
Yeah,
parked
no,
his car
Paul.
as well.
Yeah, he left early on in the race and has not been back since. But I am thinking it's a broken shock or a shock mount on that 71 machine, because it's just the way that it's laying over and it's springing back up. It's bouncing pretty good. So that could very likely be what that is.
Now, Benny Perry, car number 51. He's out of Cleveland, Texas, I believe it is. He owns late models and modifieds, and so he just decided to throw this thing together, the 51 car on the back straight away. He's coming out here having a good time, and just
you got the parts. Why not?
You can have some big crazy motors out
Oh
there.
yeah, no rule on engines whatsoever, except I believe nope. You can have a turbocharger, correct?
Supercharger.
Supercharger,
for sure, so-
absolutely.
I'm surprised, and I guess it'd be crazy. When's the diesel going to head out here on the track?
Hey.
Could you imagine the smoke you'd be having out of it?
That would be absolutely insane.
331 off the pace down the front straightaway.
Yeah, that's one of our old leaf spring Camaros there.
We talked about him a while ago. That is Robert High. He's out of Willard, Missouri. No. 331. That's Jamie Mathney. He's out of Des Moines, Iowa. Robert High is in the 333.
In the 333, yeah. And it's one of our front runners unofficially.
You know, the sad thing about it is after 600 laps, we're finally starting to learn some of these drivers, and
I know
it's going to be all over.
It'll
then
be a
next
whole nother year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it was the rear end for Tom. They got it picked up from the back. So I saw some parts coming out from underneath the car. Couldn't tell if it was a rear end or if it was coming from the engine. So looks like it was a rear end, though. They got it picked up. It's not rolling. So tough break for Tom.
Now, you want to talk about, you said you saw parts rolling out across the track. All these little parts that are rolling across the track, that's causing tire wear as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
187 car goes by. That is Eric Harpool in car number 187. Haven't had a chance to talk too much about him. He'll go down the back straightaway as he passes up on Rooster Wortman in car number 49. Rich Denman in car number 114. That's another one of our big full-body cars. He goes down the back straightaway. He gets a little shot in the shorts from the 72 car. Now, they had all kinds of problems with that thing last night. They got him straightened back out here, back out to running.
So, Steve, I got to expect we're well past 150. I haven't seen any cards pop up for 200 just yet, but I got to be thinking it's getting close.
At 200 laps. You know, that's crazy for dirt, but we're going 600 laps this weekend.
There's a 721. That might be 150 per there. I'm looking for Devin Smith's card real quick. I'm watching for that 81 card to pop up. Got to be getting close, and they're right here, real close to the press box. So I tell you what, I'm not jealous of any of these scorers whatsoever, Steve. They've got one of the toughest jobs at the racetrack for sure.
I'm still waiting on Bobby Morphus, car number 01, to flat out lose that roof. I mean, we've been waiting on that thing all night long. He's got some good pop rivets back here at the back of that thing.
Yeah, it's been flapping for a good 100 laps or so. There's Tommy Garral coming. Oh, Steve, it's getting worse. Yeah. It's getting worse.
You know, he should have the entertainment company right there on there, because that's been my entertainment tonight.
It's been entertaining,
watching
absolutely.
That, you know? We appreciate Tim Looney and the entertainment company for
You
all he
betcha.
does to help to put on this
You
great
betcha.
show out here. Lots of people doing lots of things to
Yeah.
make this show happen. Race on Texas, of course, they're always doing just tremendous job for the local dirt track drivers, making local guys feel like heroes.
Well, you know what? When I was a kid, and still to this day, they are my heroes, Steve. Absolutely. My dad took me to the racetrack from the time he didn't have to carry me all night long, because it was just me and Dad. And but no, they were my heroes when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. So, yeah, I think they need to feel like heroes because.
Oh, we got to spin.
Oh, right there off of turn number 4.
And it's going to bottle them up. Corey Neal involved.
Andy Beckman's right there.
All righty, we're fixed to do some lap checks. Who is at lap 150?
Oh, we way past that.
Wow.
We way
Who's
past
at
that.
lap 160?
We way past that.
170. Wow. 180. All right, hold them there. Okay, how about 182? Okay, so 183, 184.
All right.
So 183. Okay, who all's on 183 again?
Just the 81.
The 81 car.
Devin Smith right there.
182. 181. 180.
So 66 and 406. Those are the two closest cars.
All right, thanks
to
a
Devin
lot.
Smith. Thank you so much, Scores. We appreciate it.
66. Oh, man, that's the black car. That is Van Dork, I believe it is.
Yes, it is. And then what was the other one, Steve?
We have got 406. That is the guy from Kansas, Randy Embry. We said a while ago he had a good fast pace. So
we were watching Randy Embry in the 406, yeah, and noticing that car was moving pretty quick. We're back under green.
Speaking of moving pretty quick, here we go. All right, looking for the 406 of Randy Embry. There he is. All right, here comes Randy Embry, car number 406. He's going down the front straightaway. Orange and white car, big wing on top. All right, and we are also looking for the 66 car. That's the black car on the front straightaway. Van Dork in car number 66. And your current leader, we're looking for him. He'll be coming around here. Black and yellow car. He's on the back straightaway. Car number 81, Devin Smith. Now, these are unofficially. And it looks like Devin Smith's about to put Van Dork in car number 66 another lap down. Look at this. He's looking to the inside. I don't know what kind of motor he's got, but somebody's going to buy it tonight if he wins this thing because...
Well, it's working for him right now, Steve.
Yeah, but if he wins that $25,000, it'll be worked over.
Well, he'll have $25,000 to put towards another race car then.
That's it exactly. And he's on a mission, man. I tell you, he is staying mainly on the bottom of the track, which everybody else is trying to stay on the bottom of the track. You know, you go to your local dirt track, and everybody says, "Oh, they're all locked down on the bottom." Well, they're locked down on the bottom, and they're locked down on the top. They're going everywhere. Look at this as he's passing up 2 and 3, 4, 5 cars a lap.
I can't really tell if the car's getting better because it's been that good since the drop of the green flag, Steve. I don't know what kind of adjustments they have inside that race car, but it is absolutely incredible that the pace that it is able to keep up. And it doesn't seem to fade. It's not having trouble under braking. It's not getting squirrely through the corners. It's not tight. It's not struggling down the straightaway. I mean, that car has, at this point, 485 or so laps on it, and it looks just as good as it did on lap 1.
And here's what's really crazy about it. At the end of the race, nobody's going to be out there crying because, oh, he had too big of heads. He had too big of this. He had too good of this. You had just as good. You had every opportunity to build the same parts as he did.
You got it. Absolutely correct, my friend.
That's what makes this show so good. And he's starting to work around the number 126. Oh, to the infield. The 126 squeezes him. Now, you know, when you're at the go-kart track and you're racing your buddies, you know somebody's right there behind you. You've got somebody behind you the whole entire way.
Yes. Here, yes.
So, how do these guys know that he's coming?
You just have to assume, man. You don't really know much of anything going on in this race. You just have to assume that something is going to happen.
There is no blue and yellow flag. Get out of the way because the faster car, guess what?
Not anymore.
Guess what? It's on.
Not here.
So looking for Van Dork, car number 66. Look at this. He's put a quarter of a lap on Van Dork.
Already.
And that is the number 2 car right now.
Yeah.
So this is the class of the fields for this 2019 Lone Star 600, car number 81, Devin Smith. He's had everything working perfect for him, and he's putting lap after lap. And the 406 car, where is he at right now?
Randy Embry got a wing on that car coming off of turn number 2, Steve, down the backstretch right now.
All right. And this is the car that last year, man, he posted on Facebook, I think, every time they
His
stopped
entire
to
trip,
pee,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But, hey, I love it, man. So Hickson goes by in car number 58. I figured surely they would fix the sheet metal on the 68 car, rather.
They had a lot of other things to fix, Steve.
I honestly felt like just reaching over there and pulling that stuff out. Come on, man. It is terrible. And it got wadded up on like lap 2.
Oh, yeah, real early last night. Yeah, but they had a lot of other things to take care of. I love the old, that's kind of a figure 8 drive car look, though, with the side panels on the back. I love the look of that. That's really cool.
You know, I was out in my shop working one night and got the TV on out there. I had it on the not the speed channel. What do you call it? It's MAV TV.
Yeah.
And I was watching from Lucas Raceway, and I see Paul White on TV. It's like, dang, I know that guy. You know, that's cool. I mean, that's how cool it is that you're able to see some of these guys here racing other forms of racing just as well.
Now, Paul White is one of the most versatile race car drivers that I've ever met. He is he's a past USAC Silver Crown National Champion. I believe it's 2001 that he won that championship. He's been the elite non-wing sprint car champion for a couple of seasons. I believe 2 in a row, actually. He races modifieds from time to time, does a lot of IMCA sport mod racing. So anything you put Paul in, he's going to be good at it.
And for that, I give you the Zach Clark Award of the Night.
It's insane, man. It's insane.
You know, we talk about Zach Clark. This guy, he knows stuff about people that you shouldn't even know about, and it's just absolutely amazing. Zach, I talked to him. He said that he just doesn't think he could announce this here. I think it's because he just doesn't know the history of every. But if he was here 30 minutes, he would.
I think he could. I was going to say that dude could learn more in about 30 minutes than we ever could. I mean, it's just insane the knowledge that he's got and the things that he retains. It's and it's a pleasure to work a race with him, no doubt.
Yeah, it's always good to work with Zach. All right, man. Back to our racing action car number 81. Devin Smith continues to lead and continues to put laps on cars.
I got to say he's still out front because nobody's passed him. He's been passing people left and right, but nobody has passed that car.
You know, Devin is actually making our job easy.
Really?
He's making us look good up here for a change. Because usually we're like, well, who's the lead? I don't know.
Where,
yeah, the red car. It's not even a red car. I mean, Devin he's making this thing easy for everybody out here except for those other guys on the
other
racetrack.
competitors, yeah, the other 135 guys on the racetrack, yeah.
Alrighty, so now then, car number 189 goes by. I haven't talked about him. Car number 189, that is John Kluver. And he is out of Glenville, Minnesota, and he's sponsored by the Albert Lee Taxi Company and Z2 Bodies. John Kluver, he's a social worker of all things.
Oh, wow. Glenville, you said?
Yeah, Glenville. Now, a social worker out here. I wonder if that's anything like old Mizel, who is a trailer park
lifestyle consultant. I doubt it. I doubt it.
That is crazy, man. I lived in a trailer park when I was a kid, and
that's the best job title I've ever heard in my life.
I could imagine that, man. I tell you what. Not only is Rita's in car number 534 smoking, the Ford 1141, whatever it is, the big-bodied, I believe it's a Grand Prix, they are smoking right together side by side.
So some of our Race on Texas guys up here, Chris just nudged the window over here at me. We've been keeping track of the 81 machine. We just crossed lap 200. So Unofficially, according to counting every time he crosses the start-finish line.
At 8:55.
We're at lap
We could be
200.
through here by 10 o'clock.
It's absolutely insane at the pace. So I got Glenville, Minnesota. It's just across the Iowa state line. It's 855 miles. It's a 12 and a half or almost 13-hour drive.
Now, what's crazy is I couldn't understand him.
Really?
He was speaking in some form of English I had never heard. And you know, I can understand some Cajuns talking like this, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. Car number 33 goes by us. It's a good-looking blue and pink and white machine, and that is going to be driven tonight by Tyrell Jones, and he's out of Bozark, Missouri. How many states do you say we have covered? 20, 22, 26 states.
That's crazy.
Oh, where's Ben Benjamin going in car number 04? He's going to go up there and drive through the parking
Ben's
lot like
way
old
out there.
Rocket Man did last night.
I think Ben might have an issue, Steve. That car is low. Oh, Ben's missing the right front. Ben's got some issues on the right front. Or maybe the right rear. Ben's missing his right rear. That's an issue.
There's not a tire there.
No, that's an issue.
There's not a tire there. There wasn't a wheel there. There wasn't a spindle there.
That's a problem.
Yes, sir. And you know what's funny about those little front-wheel drive cars is when they go around the corner, they carry the left rear tire.
Rear. Yeah,
they
they'll
look
pick
like
it
a look like a dog that's trying to find a fire hydrant.
I love it. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's great.
Car number 24 out there still blitzing around here. The old AJ Dancer Special. That's Jared Carroll, and he's out of Rockport, Texas, sponsored by J&H Plumbing.
A car that's picked up some speed lately, Steve, is the yellow number 92. I did confirm he did actually pass Devin Smith in the 81 machine. So he's a few laps behind, but he's quick off of turn number 4 right now.
And now keep in mind, I was talking to people over there. I said, what's in this motor? Is it just a basic old 350? It's like,
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that at all. Not even a little bit.
So some of the parts they broke last night, they broke the alternator in half.
What?
They said the alternator completely vibrated to pieces, broke in half.
Oh my
on the
gosh.
92 car. That was some of the carnage on that car. Let's see what else they had. I can't find his sheet. I was just driving through the pit area, just on the golf cart, just trying to find things that are broken.
That is crazy that it just rattled itself to pieces like that. That is absolutely insane.
All right, we got some cars coming around here, getting up in the 200 zone there. I just saw 333 pop up there.
Okay. Devin Smith well past that 200 mark as well. I think there's probably some more 200s right there, the 113 and 534.
113, we haven't talked about him at all tonight. Now, he's out of Chinook, Kansas. He's part of that Stewart Machine Head Services.
Yeah.
Car number 113, let me find who that is. That is Ethan Vance, and he's out of Chinook, Kansas. I hear people screaming.
I'm hearing clapping and yelling, yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on, but they're being louder than us.
Hey, I'm excited too. I'm loving it. Loving it.
I have no idea. Oh, we got a car ran over here in turn number 2. He gets it straightened back up. He keep it going. And here comes the old push truck. You know, if the push truck sold T-shirts, I would buy one.
Absolutely. Absolutely, I would buy a push truck T-shirt.
They could buy a push truck T-shirt, and they could sell the same T-shirt year after year.
Absolutely.
I mean, he is the man out here.
And
114 still smoking. He's not smoking when he gets out of the gas. He's smoking any part.
All the time.
He gets the Vapor Award tonight. Car number that's 1114 on the back straightaway, vaping all the way around the track. He's quit vaping. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
He might have run out of vape sauce.
Yeah. When it's run out, it's been vaping that long, and it runs out. You know you got an issue.
He's juuling now. I didn't know what a jewel was till about 2 weeks ago, man. I lead such a sheltered life. It's unreal.
81 machine. Devin Smith still ticking him away here, Stephen. Andy Beckman getting into it there with James Reedus a little bit down at the bottom of turn number 1.
333 goes blitzing down the front straightaway. He's had a good run tonight. You know,
Good
just
pace,
trying to keep
absolutely.
the nose clean.
Absolutely.
And as I say that, he gets loose right next to the 74 car. Keeps it going, though.
Brian Blessington still got a lot of angle in that wing there, Steve. I'm not sure what, if it's helped. It doesn't look like it's hurting him any. It really looks like the car is nice and stable, very planted through the corners. So it's got to be doing something good for him. He wouldn't have it there.
All right, let's see what the 62's rear wing angle is right now.
Okay,
As he
okay.
comes off of turn number 4, making some pretty good speed right now. And he's got that wing.
That's laid out pretty
Yeah,
good.
yep.
The rear spoiler there is almost flat.
And he said that, you can't come out here in hot lap. So you just got to figure it out from there.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head with that. There's no practice, there's no qualifying, there's no heat race, no time trials. And he's right. You've just got to really test and tune while you're racing.
How do you even know what gear they're bringing out here?
That's a good question too, because it's not necessarily race pace, but you don't want to have something so long, such a tall gear that you wouldn't have any speed whatsoever.
Doug Manchester in car number 401 is back to the front straightaway. I don't know where he came from. He's just sitting there, not sure what's going on. I don't know if he's waiting to jump back out here with 20 laps to go and try to pick up the feature. Who knows?
He might be. I like that.
He
Trying
got
to
the
pick up
start
the
money.
feature.
He got the start money. He's trying to get that. You got
I like
to
that.
You got to take the checkered.
I like that. So
All right, here is the big deal now. If the 81 car wins, we are going to auction that car off right here on the front straightaway.
And I didn't know that. I'm wondering if Devin is aware of that. This could get interesting real
Devin
quick.
is aware of that.
Let's hope so.
That was well
hope
documented
so.
at
Let's
the
hope
drivers
so.
meeting. So, if
Anybody with cash in hand,
you
if you
have
want
to have cash money.
a winning race car, a race-proven winner right here, got the win last night, got a really good shot at getting it tonight.
He got tagged. Devin Smith just got tagged on the front straightaway. Your leader, car number 81, he got tagged by the 187 going down the front straightaway. And I think that might be one of the first times he has had any contact.
He got
in
a little
450 laps.
Got a little bit of it earlier this evening, but last night that car was just as clean as it was when we dropped the green flag. So we got a little bit of a tire mark there on the right side.
So anybody, I'm talking to people in the concession stand. If you want to buy Devin Smith's race car as is immediately following the race, if he wins this race, you're in, but you got to have cash money.
Cash money, money talks, and you know what walks.
And this money is not going to Brad. It's not going to Jack. The money is going to go
me.
to.
It's going to me.
No, it's not going
All
to your
of it.
announcer fund.
All
it is going to be spread down through the racers. So you could be witnessing Lone Star 600 history right here. Nobody has ever done this.
I got to say, Steve, I know it's kind of a don't count your chickens before they hatch situation, but that car has been nothing but flawless all race long. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. We got less than 100 laps to go. I'm predicting it. Devin's going to win tonight. I'm just going to say it.
So that could be the first time in the history of the Lone Star 600 that anybody has ever picked up the full $25,000.
I think we're going to witness it here tonight. I really do. The car has just been too perfect. He's been out in front since very early. He started up towards the front this evening, I think, inside of the third row after our invert, and it's just been perfect. The car goes where he wants it. He's been passing people left and right. We've seen very few cars actually run him down and pass him on the racetrack. So I got to say it. I think it's going to happen.
You know, Brad made a video. It's called No Excuses. It was a great video. He talked about the first year they did it, They ain't gonna pay the $20,000, $10,000. They paid it. Then next year, it's not gonna happen again. They had the second year. It's just been lots of things. No excuses. There's no excuses for you to be out here trying to run for this $25,000 to win. And Devin Smith could possibly pick up the $25,000 cash.
Yeah, cash money, green American dollars.
So, man, so close right now. We're going to see what can happen, man. I guarantee it. If Devin Smith can take home $25,000, I'm sure he's going to be happy to leave that car with somebody here in Texas.
I'd be interested to see the selling price on that car, Steve. I'd really be interested to see what that car will go for if we get there, and I truly think that we will. I think it's going to happen. The car is still just performing flawlessly. No issues whatsoever out of the 81 machine. We're well over 200 laps at this point. It's going too well.
Hey, you remember a while ago, Ben Benjamin?
I do.
He had no rear axle on this thing. Well, look who's back out here.
The flying Fedora back at it once again. We got a new shoe on the left rear.
So Ben is back out here, and we got lots of smoke coming out. We got a car that just blew up. And we got a pile up. And it's one of our Iowa cars. That's the 851 car over there in turn number 1. That's Dixon Smith. And he gets back going.
Looks like the
green light still on.
183 is stopped down there. That is Jeff Frederick.
And also the windshield car. I believe that's the 03 car of William Eccles out of Raysville, Alabama.
Want to give a big shout out to, once again, the entertainment company, Tim Looney and the crew for being such a huge part of this race. Also, we got the crew from Street Outlaws out here watching this race tonight. That's pretty cool to have those folks out here. So thanks to those drivers for coming out, hanging out with us, and watching some of the most unique racing I think you'll see anywhere at any track.
Oh, yeah, push truck. Yeah.
Push truck once again out on the racetrack.
All right, man, I tell you what, we have got push truck fans out here.
I love it.
Holding up the cardboard signs for the push truck as he's out here.
And there's some Louisiana folks. How about that?
What can we say? Quatre Vincent.
You come,
which means absolutely nothing. It's just a word I made up, but it fits anything. Quatre Vincent can say, I hit my finger with a hammer. Quatre Vincent. You can say that's a good-looking girl. Woohoo, Quatre Vincent. You know, it just fits whatever. It has nothing to do with racing, but I got to keep saying something. Bixby in the 41 car. He's on a flat on the left rear, and he's facing the wrong direction. But you know what? He's in a kind of a good location to be in the wrong direction.
It's not right in the corner. We're not red just yet. We're still rolling.
He goes over there to the track worker. He said, "Hey, could you get me a corn dog from the concession stand real quick? I'll pay you after races."
I'll wait right here.
So he's got a flat. So car number 41, he has stopped right on the front straightaway.
I tell you what, though, Steve, when he decides to get rolling, that's going to be a real sketchy situation because he's got to get that car all the way around and moving quickly because the race pace has not slowed down.
That's David Mcguire from Corpus Christi.
It is, yes. That's one of our South Texas racers, absolutely.
That would be a great place right now to have a GoPro camera at.
Yeah, it would be.
I mean, you talk about, you know, NASCAR used to have the gopher cam.
Yes.
That's me right here.
Yep.
So we're going to see, I mean, everybody's been by him at least twice now. They know the car's still sitting there. Plus, they've radioed down there saying, hey, there's a car parked here.
Drivers aware at the same time.
You know you got to clear him. And so far, everybody's doing a good job. Now, the bad thing is, right now, he is sitting perfectly in Devin Smith's preferred line.
Yeah.
And we got a red light. We're going to stop and get him off the track here. All right, where's my push truck fan man at? Where are you at? The cardboard sign.
I love
push
it.
truck man. I tell you, it's great. Hey, I got a question for you. If they had a push truck T-shirt, would you buy one? Yes, sir. I'm telling you, next year
So, Brad, you heard it here. We need some push truck T-shirts for next year. We've already got some sold. Put them on reserve. Real quick lap check. Anybody at 240? 230? All right, let's go 235. Anybody on lap 236? 237? So we're at lap 236 unofficially for Devin Smith in the 81 machine, Steve. Unofficially. Give me 235. One more time. 235. 234. 233. 232. So 851, 66, 406 on 232. Thank you so much, Scores.
All right, so the 851 while ago, he got stacked up over there in turn number 2
Yes.
for about a lap or so.
Yep.
And he is able to get around there. Car number 66, that's Von Dork, and he is. I tell you what, these Iowa cars looking pretty strong right now.
They're not here to play. Steve,
car
look
number
who's in
406.
the infield. Corey Neal, the 007.
Heading to the
headed to the pit.
Yeah, Corey has not had a great run this week. The best thing that happened to Corey was he won the little chip to say, hey,
Yeah.
man, you got a chance to win $10,000, and then
Pretty
it just
much.
fell apart for him from there.
Yeah.
So car number 406, Randy Embry out of Granger, Iowa. He's up there. And right now, that's your top 4.
That's awesome. And they're 4 laps apart?
Yeah. So 236. We have got 64 laps to go.
Back underway once again, ladies and gentlemen. Devin Smith with 64 laps, standing between he and $25,000. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out to the entertainment company. Tim Looney and his crew have been a huge part of this race, and we cannot thank them enough for what they've done to make the Lone Star 600 into what it's become. Also, the Street Outlaw crew for being out here with us this weekend, having a great time. We've got 50-50 tickets right here behind us. Steve, do we have a winner? We have a winner. It's not a winner. 254 is the pot.
All right. We'll probably wait till the next red light to call it. All right, so racing action really looking good right now here at Mesquite, Texas, the Devil's Bowl Speedway. And Devin Smith, car number 81, continues to just pick off cars lap after lap. Devin Smith, your leader. Now looking for the number 2 spot right now. That's the 851 car. That is going to be a black car with some orange numbers. He's on the back straightaway as he goes 4 wide into turn number 4 with Andy Beckman, car number, Brian Blesting, car number 92, along with him. So the 851 around. And then we're looking for the 66 car of Von Dork. Here he comes. That's
Devin
Devin
Smith. That's
Von
your
Dork
leader.
is on the back straightaway in car number 66,
Yep.
the black and green machine.
Yep, headed
and
into turn number 3.
406 is the other car as he comes down the front straightaway.
Off of turn number 4.
So unofficially, right now, these are your top 4. Your leader is car number 81 coming out of turn number 3 into 4 down the front straightaway. The 511 car off the pace as he goes down the front straightaway. He'll bring it to the pit area.
And we're only 2 hours and 13 minutes into this, Steve, and we're over 260 laps complete. We've got less than 50 laps to go. So that I'm just amazed at the pace of the race tonight. It's been absolutely crazy how fast they've been going.
You know, you was talking about Farm Truck and Asian a while ago. These guys just showed up.
Yeah.
They're just here. And
Yeah.
so that shows that these guys, they're racers. They don't,
Yeah.
It don't matter if the TV cameras are there. These guys are flat out racers.
It's crazy, man.
They just want to be here.
It's absolutely crazy. A big group of cars coming through turn number 4. We got some of our front runners in that one, Steve. There's Randy Embry right there in the 406, and Van Drake in the 66 machine right there as well, Mike Van Drake. You gotta think that if you're in the cockpit of the car, of course, you don't know where you are either. That's the crazy thing about this. Normally, if you're in a dirt track Friday or Saturday night, you know if you're 4th or 5th or 7th or 8th. Here, you've got no idea if you're 1st or 10th or 117th. You have no clue. And you got to drive like you got to win the race on the next lap after lap.
I don't know who just went by, but it sounded like they opened up the turbo when he come by here. I mean, it's like you got good thunder, and then all of a sudden, boom! I mean, it just lightens up good and loud here. So our race is wrapping down for 2019, man. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to 2020 already.
Absolutely.
This is the race that I look forward to each year. There's always something exciting that happens here. I mean, we talked about it last year. Last night, the catfish pond blew up last year.
Yes.
And I saw the catfish pond today. I was looking for it as we come driving in here. There's just always some kind of memorable moment here from the racetrack.
Well, it's just such a departure from what you and I do for the rest of the season, you know, and it's nice. It's a lot of action. It's a very different, whole different ball of wax. You can't approach it like you do a regular Friday or Saturday, but it is absolutely a blast. It is a fun time, and I'm like you. I'm looking forward to next year already. I'm really anxious to see, though. I'm ready for this race to be done so I can see Devin Smith make some history. I've already called it. It's got to happen now.
Watch this number 86 car, the gold trim car, as he goes to the corner, completely loose. Oh, he's way loose, and he takes the 92 with him. I've been watching for the last 2 or 3 laps. As he goes through the corners, he's just way loose.
And that was Brian Blessington going around there in that 192 machine.
How did Blessington turn around and get back going straight so quick, though?
I don't know. You know, maybe sometimes when you try it,
well,
it
watch
works.
this 86 car. I mean, he is just loose. Well, he did good through 3 and 4. But watch him through 1 and 2 as he goes in here. I'm talking the car is kicking around 15, 20 degrees.
Oh, wow.
And
then it was real snug that time.
Yeah, he's making me a liar. So anyway, we'll go back to racing anyway. As I go 4 wide down the back straightaway, Benjamin on the inside. The 333 in the middle. You know, he was up there a while ago in the top 2, and now he's just kind of like dropped back. We don't even know where he's at.
I don't know if he had some slow laps or got caught up in some traffic. I didn't see him leave the racetrack, though, Steve.
And that's the problem. It's hard to see when somebody does. Oh, my car, 86, just spun over the top of the track. I take my eye off of him, and he spins completely out of the ballpark.
Out the loose stuff.
He looked like the Houston Astros hitting a home run, man. I mean, he's up and out of the ballpark.
That's Curtis Klein there in that race machine. We've got the 80 in off the racetrack into the pit area. Steve, if you're a driver at this point of the race, we got probably less than 30 laps to go at this point, and you have an issue. Do you park it, or do you get back out there, you do what you can, and you get back out on the racetrack? What do?
You do like 401 did. You change the oil, and you go back
and you
racing.
Get back out there.
You've got 364 days to get it rebuilt for next year.
I love it. And I agree with you. You do what you can. You don't give up. You get out of the car. You fix what's broken, and you get back out there on the racetrack as quick as you can. Because, I mean, like I said, we pay down 25 positions, and it's very feasible that we've got one around over in turn number 2. It's very feasible that you could be one of those top 25. Now, there's Randy Embry going around. He's one of our top 5 cars right now unofficially. There's the 66 around as well. So the leader's clearing it up. Here comes Devin Smith to do the same thing.
You know, you talk about racers, and I was talking to a friend of mine last night, Derek Perkins. He's got a late model. And I was asking him if he'd ever been to the Gateway Nationals up there in St. Louis.
Right.
And he said that he has never been to it, but he will this year, and he's bringing his car.
Oh, I would love to make that race. Absolutely would love to be there.
He said it's not going to cost him $500 more to bring the car than to just go watch the race.
Right.
He said, this is history. I mean,
yeah,
flat
absolutely.
out history. Go make it.
Absolutely.
You don't know how many more times they'll be able to do this race inside there, so do it while you can.
Yeah.
But we're looking at history right here in the making.
Absolutely,
Devin
Steve.
Smith.
Yes. I 100% agree with you.
So Devin Smith, I was over there in the pit area today just talking to him, and if you'll notice, there's a lot more fluorescent yellow on the car. Last night, a bunch of these cars, they just flat out had black bumpers.
Right.
If you'll notice, the yellow headlights, they put that on there, and they put yellow duct tape all across the back. Look how much easier it is to see that car now than it was just being all black. So, you know, safety is a big concern. Your wheels out here, no black wheels allowed at all. You have to have some kind of color painted on there.
I love that. And, you know, it's true. A black race car looks great. Black looks good. But when it's dark like this and there's so much going on, it is impossible to see a car that is all black like that. So I think that's a great call by Devin and his crew to make that car a lot more visible. It probably also helps out his score a little bit. So anything you can do to make it easier for yourself.
You know, last night the track went to a blue color, and
it's
I'm not
black
seeing that
tonight. No, it is black tonight. Absolutely. We have taken all the moisture out. Of course, it was greasy when we got started. We had a lot of moisture in this track, and it was real greasy. We've gone past that. We've gone past dusty, and we are now firmly in dry slick territory.
This is where Blessing will start cranking the wing up as high as he can, I'm sure.
I would say so, yes. And another thing I'm amazed about is tire wear. That's something we haven't talked about tonight. You know, you've seen race tires be demolished after a 20 or 30 lap feature. These tires here, take Devin Smith for instance. That car has not stopped once other than a red flag since the drop of the green flag.
No added gas, no fuel,
no, nothing. Those tires on that car have nearly 300 laps on them tonight, and that is not something that would happen at a regular racetrack.
And he's putting Von Drake another lap down right now. Now, I just watched Devin Smith as he came out of turn number 3 into 4. Watch how close he is to that concrete wall at the bottom of the track. I mean, he is all the way at the bottom. They're 3 wide. 3 wide, 3 wide. Look at that. There's a foot and a half. He's got a foot and a half of wiggle. Oh! And he gets together with the 72 car.
And I mean, I've mentioned this earlier. If you're Devin Smith, you don't know that you're in the lead. You just know that the car's working good right now. There's no point in this race at which you're comfortable. You don't know how many laps are left. You don't know where you are. You don't know where the cars close to you in position are on the racetrack. Like, you've just got to keep going. You cannot slow down.
Now, there is 1.5-inch square tubing all the way out to the edge of this car. It's not like a kick rail. I mean, it's like a full cage that is all the way out there. On top of that, there's actually a roll bar over the tire. So, I mean, the tires are actually tucked in a little bit, so he can kind of lean a little bit on cars.
Okay.
But it's not just sheet metal out there. There is metal all the way out to the edge, and I'm talking heavy metal.
Well, and one of the drivers you spoke to before we dropped the green flag, I heard him say the car weighs about 3,700 pounds out there on the racetrack. You know, that's another thing. It's just completely different from any other form of racing. You know, the name of the game, and a lot of times, is make it as light as possible. Make it as light as possible. Not here. You want it to be tough. You want it to be sturdy, and you want it to be strong.
All you're concerned about here is being able to finish every lap.
That's it. Making it to the end is the name of the game.
Just to talk about enduros, how much they've changed. I remember an enduro used to be, you took a car and you went out there. It's basically a demolition derby car, and it wasn't really good racing. These are built purpose race cars, but they're not expensive built purpose race cars, you know?
They can be.
Yeah.
They definitely can be. But no, for the most part, they're not. This racing is, and you hear it all the time, this racing is affordable. Like you mentioned earlier, that race truck, $3,500, race ready, still out here right now.
All right, so car number 38, he's got his door panel blowed up. He's got him an extra sail panel now. You can't see the number on the right side.
Yep.
Watch when he comes back around here. It's completely covered up.
I see it fluttering in the wind.
This is the point you say,
look at that.
Should we have bought the extra sheet pop rivets or not? Nah. We got a red flag on the track for something.
Looks like some debris in turn 2.
Right, I see it now.
Some pretty good metal debris up there.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen a lot on the track is debris.
No.
There's not a whole lot of fancy extra cute parts. Nobody has little plastic fairings on the bottom of the car.
Nope.
Last night, you're not allowed to run any kind of wheel cover unless it is bolted on.
It looks like it's hot.
Hey, real quick, 50-50.
Oh, yeah.
You got the number? 50-50 real quick. Hey, real quick, anybody at lap 250 yet? Lap 250. Oh, yeah. We'll catch y'all in a minute. 2 cars not going on the front straightaway. The 128 is still not going.
Looks like the 128 gets fired up. We're underway now.
Aaron Hickson in car number 128. He finally gets it up and running. He'll take off down the front straightaway. And the sheet metal. Look at this, man.
It's getting worse.
Hanging high. Hanging high.
What was our last lap count?
We got it 230, and it was well over 250. Okay. Yeah, we're rolling. So we are down to, If you were going to a big late model show, you're down to 50 laps now.
Yeah, we're well past the 50 lap mark remaining. So Devin Smith, again, the car we're watching, he's making it easy for us. We know that he's out front. I don't know how much anymore. Again, it's still
spinning right in front of Devin.
Oh, and Devin makes
He
it
goes
through.
around.
The 192 of Brian Blessington going to get by him.
96 is still spinning, rolling backwards. Man, oh man.
And that's why it's dangerous for me to say what I said, man. Anything could happen even with 2 or 3 laps left to go. It could still go wrong for Devin Smith in the 81. And I hate to say it, I got to knock on something. There's no wood up here, so I'm knocking on this metal desk right here. But I mean, it could go way wrong.
All right, so just watch the 81 car as he closes in on the 92 car. The 92 car has been a fast car out here. He's always a fast car. That is Blessington in the 192. Devin Smith in car number 81. And it looks like Blessington is kind of holding his pace with him. It looks like Blessington might be actually running faster than Devin Smith right now.
I think you might be right at this point, Steve. It does look like the 192 is actually pulling away from the 81 machine.
And both of them have an open track. But
yeah.
It doesn't matter because that 192 is way down to him.
They've both got plenty of room. Brian Blessington making his way through some lap traffic. I believe that is the lap traffic. It's just traffic at this point, Nicholas. It's just traffic. That was Eric Thorne there going another lap down. Here comes your leader, again, unofficially, Devin Smith getting around as well.
Von Drake in car number 66. Now he's coming out of turn number 3 into 4 right now, coming through the roller coaster, coming down the front straightaway. And he's trying to run down Devin Smith, but like we said, Devin Smith has just been the class of the field all night.
All weekend long, absolutely. No doubt about that. The 81 machine, again, just making it easy, nice and smooth. He's still being aggressive, like moving cars out of the way. He gave a little nudge there to the 881 coming into turn number 4. No harm, no foul. Just trying to make a hole and make his way through the field. But it's like I said, he doesn't know where he is position-wise. He doesn't know how many laps he's completed. He's just got to keep it rolling and stay out front and push, push, push.
He's picked his lineup, though, quite a bit. He stepped up about a line and a half. He comes out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Usually he's been all the way down. In fact, remember, he moved the tractor tires a couple of times. He's so far down at the bottom of the track early in the race.
Yeah, he definitely had both left side tires on the berm at the bottom of the racetrack more than once this evening. So it is absolutely insane to me how well that car has done. Really, anywhere that Devin wants to put it, that car has been flawless.
I am pretty sure that if you're out there racing, let's say like you're in the 800 car, I'm sure you have seen the 81 car go by you several times. So you know that he's hit at you. But he's not going to give you no room. The 406 goes by. The 406, he's still up in the front section. It's Randy Embry in car number 406, the orange and white car.
I see an 81 card in the air. I don't know what lap that was, but I saw an 81 card in the air. It may have been 275 or 280. 275 is the lap count I'm hearing. So
we've got 25 laps to go. We're down to a Saturday night dirt track shootout at any place in America.
I'm going to announce the 50-50 number just in case someone can hear it. It is ticket number 187578. If you have 50-50 ticket number 187578, go to the front ticket gate where you got your general admission ticket. You've won $254. Once again, ticket number 187578. We'll do that again as soon as the checkered flag drops if we don't get another red.
All right, so we're got to be down inside.
We're well past 275 at this point.
So down around 20 laps to go. And I tell you what, trying to see if the 81 can hold on. He's basically, he's out there. He's up there. But can he keep his nose clean?
I just saw the 406 card. There's the 66 card, Steve. They're not far behind. That's 275 for those guys. They're not that far behind.
So this guy has not been off the track. He's not been back to get any fluids in the car. The car has not smoked at all night. Looking great. Man, I feel like I'm jinxing him every time I say something. I hate to say anything for Devin Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, you could be witnessing history right here.
Absolutely.
If he can win it, $25,000 to his pocket.
And the car goes up for auction. Anybody in the stands with cold, hard cash can purchase that race car if Devin Smith parks it tonight.
Man. And I don't know. Is there a reserve? I don't guess there's a reserve.
I don't know.
Man. I've got some money on me. I might buy me a race car tonight.
Right? Is there an ATM
You know,
around here
I
somewhere?
might buy my wife an early Christmas present. She would be excited.
It's your present, honey, that I will love from me. Merry Christmas.
My problem is I brought my golf cart up here on my trailer, and I don't know how to get it back to Louisiana. So, race is winding down.
You know, Steve, if we keep on this pace, we're going to finish 300 laps in under 3 hours, possibly. It's 9:30 right now. We dropped the green flag at 7 o'clock, so we could very well do 300 laps in under 3 hours, and I never would have thought that possible myself. I don't know about anybody else here, but me, I didn't think it would happen.
It's unreal. You know, it just goes to show you the quality of racing action that's out here. No matter what, if it's from the time of the absolute 7 o'clock start time to the fast pace of the wreckers, and we got a car that is Hickson slow down the front straightaway.
And there's there's the 66 of Von Drake there. I'm looking for the
66. I don't know if he's going to make it off the track.
That's the 68 machine of Hickson slow. Here comes your leader, Devin Smith.
All right, it's time for the push truck superhero.
Push truck is mobile. He's coming onto the racetrack right now on the back straightaway.
Now, this guy is actually in a pretty good location. He's at the top of the track.
Yep.
They've already radioed to him, said, get down, get down. So there's no reason. Now, here's the problem. Look at all that black area on the back of that car.
Yes.
Needs some color back there next year. Here comes the super truck. Here he comes. And all he's got to do is just come up here and bump him. Get him off the track. Won't take long. And we're going to keep on racing. So the 68 car of Hickson will get pushed off the track. He's out of the way.
We got the push truck signs. We're back up in the air. Once again,
car parked over the top of the track here in turn number 2, and the 80 car goes spin into the infield.
Try it again with the 50-50 ticket number 187578. 187578 is your winning 50-50 ticket. If only these race cars were a tad bit quieter. 187578. You've won $254.
I've got an idea. Let's make them run mufflers in 2020.
Let's don't do that.
Let's do it.
Let's
not do it.
Let's
All
don't
right.
do that. Let's
I
don't
do
do
not
that.
like mufflers.
No, it makes them sound terrible.
Got some sparks out of the 101 as he goes down the front straightaway, reels it back in. That is Blake Miller out of Des Moines, Iowa, the HVAC technician.
It's crazy to see like what all walks of life people come and do this. We've got HVAC technicians, we've got social workers, we've got trailer park lifestyle consultants. Yeah, I love that.
Craziest.
I love that. I'm still not exactly sure what that is, but I think I want to be that when I grow up.
I've lived in a trailer park before, and I don't think you do.
Got to be ticking them away here. We're well past 275.
Car. He's awful loose. That is Joe Merle's car number 21. He was way loose coming out of turn number 3 and 4. And that's the corner that you usually tied in.
10 laps to go, Steve.
We've got 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go right now. Car number 81. Make it 9 laps. We're getting them down here.
And we are 9 laps away from witnessing Lone Star 600 history, Steve. 9 laps.
9:30.
I know. We're going to, again, barring catastrophe, we're going to finish 300 laps in under 3 hours. We've got one around, but we keep it going. That was a complete
Make it 8 laps.
spins.
Devin Smith, car number 81, brings him around. So Smith trying to keep his nose clean for 8 more laps. He's done it so far tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if he can do it, that will be $25,000 into his pocket and a race car up for sale on the front straightaway that anybody at the racetrack with cash can buy.
Absolutely. Any person on the property with cold, hard dollars can purchase that race car tonight. If Devin can hang on for now 7 more laps and get the win here tonight, be the first time in the history of this event.
Man, I tell you what, $25,000. You know that? Oh, the 601's all the way on his rear bumper. That's the first time Devin Smith's had anybody on his rear bumper.
Yeah.
All right, Devin Smith, car number 81, brings him down the front straightaway. Talk about witnessing history, man. That's the first time that we've ever been to say, hey, we know who the leader is.
I know, right? 6 to go that time by. We're working on lap number 195 right now.
Coming in
Sorry,
to 3 and 4.
295. Some math gone wrong.
Devin Smith steps up a lane. He comes down the front straightaway. Got cars all the way around him. 5 to go.
5 to go.
5 to go. Now Devin Smith, he has no idea that he's in the lead. He knows he's been passing cars. And look at this. It's 4 wide going into turn number 3 and 4. We'll pick up 4 to go this time around.
Five laps remaining, going to be 4 this time off of turn number 4 for Devin Smith. Actually, maybe 4 right now as Devin's coming off of turn number 2. So I think we're down to about 4 laps remaining here. I'm waiting for that 81 number scorecard to pop up. Steve going to make his way down to the racetrack where he is waiting, anticipating on a very excited number 81 with Devin Smith behind the wheel. We are just waiting here, ladies and gentlemen. The first time in the history of the Lone Star 600 that someone could pick it up on both nights. We are down to 3 laps to go. Going to be 2 this time off of turn number 4. Going to be
3 laps to go right now. Here comes Devin Smith, your current leader. 3 laps to go. Make it 2. Car number 81. He could be bringing Lone Star history. He will be the first person in the history to ever win the $25,000 if he can do it. Devin Smith, car number 81. He'll pick up the white flag. Next time around, the checkered will fly. Keep your eye on the 81 car on the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. And off of turn number 4, your winner, car number 81. Wait, 1 more lap. My bad. All that excitement for nothing. Checkers are in the air. Devin Smith.
The first time.
Car number 81.
Scorers, please keep your seats. Scorers, please keep your seats.
Devin Smith comes around. Car number 81, your winner. Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed history. Devin has picked up $25,000. Hey, we got a wreck on the front straightaway. Over here on the front straightaway, check out Rooster Wortman in 49.
Real quick, folks, if you're making your way out, I'm going to get this 50-50 ticket number. You got $254 waiting on you at the front gate with ticket number 187578. 187578. Please make your way to the front gate to grab your winnings.
Ladies and gentlemen, it will be a few minutes before it is official. But right now, it looks like the 81 of Devin Smith will be your winner of $25,000. Now here's the cool part. They're going to bring his car right here, and they're going to auction it off to the highest bidder for cash. You have to have cash.
Okay, scorers. Listen up. If you have a card with 300 laps, please hand it to Heather. 300 laps. 299 laps. 298 laps. 297. 296. No. 295. 294. 293. 292. 291. Heather, behind you. 290. Heather, how many cards is that? Okay, if you have a card with any laps in the 280s, from 280 to 289. 280 to 289 can be turned in.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy that race tonight or what? We cannot thank the people that helped us out with this. Tim Looney with the entertainment company. Tim puts in a ton of money, a ton of time to help make this race what it is. We appreciate Tim doing that. Santa Weld, they do stainless steel welding. They're out of Houston, Texas. If you need anything fabricated, get with these guys. They can hook you up. Of course, Smiley's Racing over here, another official sponsor of the Lone Star 600. They still got T-shirts on sale over there. They're $20 if you'd like to get one. So many people. Brad Dixon, Jack Barfield, that they just work on this thing year-round. I mean, it's crazy the amount of work that goes into this. Brad's wife, Heather, up there, she's the official scorekeeper. So much stuff going on. All right, if you do not have a pit pass, do not come onto the track. All right, I see the 81 car starting to scooch back around here. Devin Smith.
All right, folks, if you do not have a pit pass, you are not allowed on the track. If you do not have a pit pass, you are not allowed on the track at this time. Have a pit pass to enter the track.
Okay, please stand clear. We've got some cars moving around on the track, so please be observant of that. If you want to go back and watch this race, sign up with Race On Texas. You can watch hundreds of races from around the state of Texas and Louisiana. They do a great job. They added them all down. Great racing videos you can watch on raceontexas.com. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes a man. Devin Smith. We might have a wing dance. There it goes. Devin Smith. Hey, he's got a flat left rear tire, if you can imagine that. Said he was saving fuel. Come around the front to the front when you get a chance here. You got a swig of water yet? Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. $25,000 richer, the first person in the history of the Lone Star 600 to do it.
Thank you. You know, I told my brother Dustin, we've been doing this since you guys started this ordeal. I go, as soon as I get a car that I can set up the way I want to set it up, I could win this thing. My car was always really, really, really good early, but it would fall off so bad in the end. And finally, we took an old stock car and just built it like my stock car I drive at home, and the thing just drives like a dream. I can go to the top, I can go to the bottom. If there's a wreck, I try to slow up. You gotta pick and choose your battles.
So, is this the first year y'all have had the adjustable wings?
Yeah, I've never had one before, but back home we have an Enduro on a real big half mile. And it gets so abrasive that we were eating up 3 or 4 right rears every Enduro. So then we went to these wings to help keep traction in the car so you don't ruin as many right rear tires.
Man, I tell you what, you were smooth out there all the way around. Now, towards the end, you just told your crew you were saving fuel.
Yeah, yesterday we stopped halfway and I threw 5 gallon in just to be safe because normally I can make it, but when I got done, I only had about 2 gallon left. So I had to conserve at least 3 gallon to make it today without stopping and putting 5 in. So I just lifting early, letting the car roll through the middle real nice, trying to stay off the top and running the bottom more and more as much as I could. And I must have made it.
There were times when you were coming off of turn number 4. You had about a foot over there between you and the concrete wall.
Everyone would slide up a little coming out of the corners, and sometimes they'd leave a little bit getting into, and I just I could.
And now we're fixing to auction your car off.
I know, it's kind of sad. I just built it, but it's all right. So they can have it. It's just an old stock car. We'll build another one.
Just an old stock car. Just an old stock car that won $25,000. Hey, I was looking at this thing here. So you've got square tubing all the way around this car, correct?
On the perimeter, it's, I don't know the gauge. It's a real thin square tubing around the perimeter, and then we just use normal OD tubing to just brace it up a little bit. It's not a wrecking ball. It's just to keep people from blowing my tires, and I don't want to blow anyone else's tires. That's why the side of the car is so smooth. It's more of a tight racing car rather than a wrecking ball.
Well, I tell you what, man. There's are there any secrets built in this car? I mean, you're fixing to lose it.
No secrets. It's just a quick. It's got a what is it? Franklin quick change in it, an old aluminum tubed one that I pieced together out of a buddy's old figure 8 car. It's got a crate motor in it. I just noticed about halfway the air cleaner come loose. It's not even tight, so she had to suck in some dirt. But I figured if I'm gonna don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. But I figured if I'm gonna give it away, I don't care how much dirt it sucks in.
And you've got a flat left rear tire.
Yeah, I don't know when that happened. I don't remember getting into too many tussles. I know there was one good wreck that I got into, and it put a nice hole right there, and I thought it got my right rear on me, but I can't complain. The car's pretty straight yet.
Nick Robbins up there, he called a race for you about lap 200. I wouldn't do that. I did not want to jinx you. Nick, you did good by not jinxing him, man.
Yeah, you know, about halfway, the car started stumbling because the air cleaner was falling off, and I couldn't tell if it was running out of gas or if the carburetor was just plugging with dirt and stuff. But I started backing off more and more and just trying to conserve some fuel.
And check this out, man. You don't even care. They can take all the pictures they want. It's not your car no more.
No, they can have it.
Okay, so come down here and take all the pictures. We're fixing to auction this car here off, but you got to have cash money. And Brad will be doing that here momentarily. We got a microphone that's working here tonight. Hey, one last thing before we let you go. Tell me about the crew who all helps you out with this thing. I mean, name everybody that gave you any kind of help on this car.
Well, first off and foremost, I got to thank my wife. She counted 2 nights in a row, didn't make a single mistake, just like I didn't on the racetrack, so it's a team effort. I'm glad we're bringing the money back home to our house because we put in the effort. But then I got to thank my brother Dustin. He's the brains behind this K chassis, and we build all of our own race cars back home now. And my IMCA stock car that I run weekly, he really helps me out with that, and that thing's on rails too. Then I got to thank my crew, Daniel, Isaac, Kitty, everyone that helped out. Logan Worry's probably sleeping in our toter because he's going to drive us home tonight so we can sleep all the way home, be home by noon hopefully. But No, it definitely makes it worth the trip down here. You know, we drive down here 12, 16 hours when we went to Baytown, and it always makes it feel good to do good, race with these guys. You know, everyone's got pretty much really good respect for everyone. Nobody ever tries to take anyone out. I mean, stuff happens. It's racing, but I got to thank, you know, Brad and Jack for putting on this ordeal. If it wasn't for them, none of this would happen. I got to thank Devil's Bowl Speedway for a beautiful facility. The track holds up tremendously. I love it when it gets dry. And just all the fans and everyone that showed up to help out and support this event. I hope it keeps going.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for your $25,000 winner, Dustin Smith.
Real quick, folks, I'd like to congratulate Brian Beatty from Mansfield, Texas on the 50-50 win this evening.
I was just telling that.
So they're trying to figure out who's going home with this car here.
Man, I've been asked by two people how much money you got in your pocket.
Kenneth Montgomery, man, I got a chance to talk to you over there today at Smiley's. Pretty cool, man. What do you think about this race, man?
Man, this is an awesome race that Brad and Jack got put on. Unfortunately, we broke early, but, man, it didn't stop us from having a good time. Congratulations to all the winners. I want to thank all the fans for coming out and sticking out with us. This gives you a whole new respect for racing, for sure. Everybody's out here positive, a little different than the regular weekly atmosphere. So it's a good time. We're going to drink some cold beer. Y'all come back and join us. We got T-shirts for sale at the trailer for $20. Y'all come see us.
All right, I got one last thing for you. All this money was for the Parker Lee Project. Can you tell people in the grandstands what's going on with that?
So the Parker Lee Project was started by Philip and Megan Smith in honor of their daughter Parker. What they do is provide special needs families with special needs children. They provide them with medical supplies that insurance does not cover. They ship them to them 100% free of cost, and what they're doing is great. And what we do, most of the funds that we raise goes directly towards their shipping, but the main thing we want to do is continue to raise awareness for them.
Appreciate all you do, man. Thanks a lot. All right, so we're going to scooch around here. For some reason, there's a big crowd over here around this car here.
If you have a car that is at the tech pad, go ahead and get in it so I can weigh them and pull around to the front straight away.
All right, if you have a car at the tech pad, go get your car weighed. Bring it back to the front straight away. Brad is headed over there right now, so all cars at the tech pad, you will be weighed here. All right, I'm going to go talk to some more people over here. You guys, you plan on putting together a dirt car for this thing next year?
Well, we already have a dirt farmer put together. We'd have to have a little bit hotter motor in it, but yeah, sure. I mean, would you guys want to see the old dirt farmer run around this deal? Yeah, maybe we'll bring it out next year. Who knows?
There you go, man. If nothing else, y'all could be the dirt farmer push truck. How would that be?
That would be awesome. I think that guy's got the best job out here. That push truck guy is a driver.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the farm truck and Asian out here on the track. What do you got in this golf cart, man? I've heard you run it a couple of times. What kind of motor you got in there?
It's just an old golf cart.
Yeah, right. I hear some more cars over here as they're getting fired up, coming back from the tech pad. Tech is really easy here. All you got to do is weigh them. All right, we've got some cars that need to make their way up the racetrack here, so we need to clear a path for some cars as they make their way up the racetrack. Matt, could you come move your car for us real quick? All right, please watch out. We got race cars moving on the track. All right, we're still waiting on Race on Texas. You can see them up there in that booth. They are going through the paperwork. This is the most organized group of people I've ever worked with. It's crazy how much organization goes into this race here to make sure that all is good.
All right, guys. On this 81 car, we are verifying every lap, crossing all the I's, dotting all the T's. He did an exceptional job. He didn't pull off. The indicators point that he might be the winner, but it won't be verified until the computer is done. He did pass tech. He got that part. Guys, listen to me. If y'all are planning on buying this car, does not include the seat. It will be auctioned off, and you have to give me the money immediately after. It'll be auction style, 5 out of 10 to 10, 15, 15 now, 15, 20, 25, 25, 30, 30, 35, 40, 40, 50, 50, 55, 60. I'm going to practice a little bit, but if you get it for $60, it'll be a good deal. But anyway, Guys, I thank y'all. The fans up there. This was one of our fastest run Lone Star 600s. We did 300 laps in under 3 hours. Guys, for the fans, let's give all these drivers around this track an incredible applause. Everybody. That is by far some of the best driving that you will see anywhere, and it's out here at Devil's Bowl Speedway at the Lone Star 600. My crew is up there. I don't do all the computer stuff. They're doing that, and we'll be back here shortly.
I'll be right here in a second. Thank you. Yeah, my microphone, it would work for probably 30 minutes, man.
It don't matter because we only did 10 more laps than we did last time. So I'll take that as a win.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Okay, guys, listen up, listen up. We have the top 10 verified. When we get everything punched in, there was a lot that they're verifying that are from 11th on back. But the top 10 have been verified up there. So I'm going to read these top 10. Couple of things while I got this mic. After the top 10, we'll announce the winner. We'll do what we got to do there. When we are exiting the track, everybody that's down here, make room for the cars. Guys, make sure there's nobody in front of you before you proceed forward. I know some of y'all got direct drive damn near cars, Briens, whatever. Be cautious. There's a lot of people out here, and we're grateful for that. Okay, the top 10. 10th place is the 601 car. 9th place, the 333 car. 8th place, the 101 car. 7th place is the 87 car. 6th place is the 92 car. 5th place is the 192 car. 4th place is the 66 car. 3rd place is the 851. 2nd place is the 406. And the winner, as expected, is Devin Smith, first time to ever have swept the Lone Star 600. You did make Lone Star 600 history, so congratulations for that.
Where's Dak Barfield? Jack's Jack. Right there for you. He's got. Hey, Jack. You got everything? You got it's all up. Lisa, come on. We're going to do a few.
All right, guys, this is going to sound a little bit odd, but we're going to do some victory pictures because before long it might be somebody else's car and they can do some victory pictures. But right now we're going to take this time and let's get on the other side. It's got lights. And then we'll be back for the grand sale here in a few minutes.
He told me that the last few laps. Yeah, probably not.
Heck, by the time we were 200 laps.
I don't have to be professional. Was this your largest payday?
Yeah. Well, before this was last night, and then.
Yeah.
You notice it didn't take long to come in here and he said, hey, you can take pictures of anything you want.
Yeah, this is just too cool.
Where you from?
I'm from right here from Kip.
You know, it's a shame that racing's not packed. It's 9:30. The races are over with.
I know, ain't that crazy? I did quite a few years. My brother killed in one of my cars over at Big O back in 08, and I walked, sold everything. And now my grandsons are wanting to get into it, so here I go again.
Right here.
Brad's going to have the headset off for a little bit if anybody needs me.
All right, guys. Hey, let's hold down the conversation, because if you're talking, that means you might just be the buyer. If I hear some chatter, let's start this off. Hang on. Where are we at? I got 500 down, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. I heard 1,000, 1,000 over here, 1,000, 2,000 over here, 2,000, 5,000 over here, 5,000, 5,000. Yep, how much? 6,000 over here, 6, 6, 6, 6. Got 6,000 over here. 7 over here, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7,000, 7,000 over here, 7,000 over here, 8,000 over here, 8, 8, 8, 8. We got 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Got 8 over here, 8 over here, 8,500 to buy, 8,500 to buy, 8,500 to buy, 8,250, 8,250, 8,250, yep, 8,250 over here, 8,250 over here, 8,250 over here, 85 to buy, 85 to buy, 85 to buy. Where we at, guys? 85 to buy, 85 to buy. Got 8,250 here, 8,250, 85 over here, 85, 8,750. 9, you got to have cash on hand. No going to the bank. We got 9 over here, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Now, got 9 over here, 9 over here. We had 9 over here. It's 92.50 to buy, 92.50 to buy. We got 9 over here, 92.50 to buy. 9 over here, got 9, 92.50 to buy. Man really likes his car. $10,000 over here. We got $10,000 over here. He said no. $10,000 over here. $10,000 over here. $10,000 over here. $10,000. Where are we at? Anybody else? 10,250 to buy. 10,250 to buy. 10,250 to buy. 10,000 once. 10,000 going twice. Sold over here. $10,000. I will have to count this. I need your name. No, I'm just saying, you know. What's your name? What's your name? I need a name, boss. Steve. Steve Neighbors. Steve Neighbors over here. All righty. Can you take that? Guys, listen up. Listen up. Listen up. Everybody wants to know what's going to be done with the money. I do not want the money. I did not buy this car or did not auction this car off to pad my pocket or Jack's pocket or anything of that nature. The money will be split evenly to the highest averages finishers, 1st, 15th, 25th, and 40th. You will be getting an additional $2,500. Devin Smith. It will be split 4 ways between those 4 highest averaging finishers. This wasn't a deal for us to make money. It's a deal to give back to the racers. We greatly appreciate everything. Devin, you have to remove your seat. That sale does not include the seat because seats are for people specific, and it's his seat. He will remove the seat.